Okay, beautiful. As I was saying, the last time we did one of these episodes was a few weeks ago now. We left it on a little bit of a cliffhanger for you. So, Triton beat Dante Roberts in a tables match in the opener. And then, for the first time, we had Kyle Slickman, the champion, calling out Jackson Smooth. After that, we had Penelope Perfect. And with the help of an interference from Cora Cut, she took down Ali Brawler in their rivalry. We also had Precious Silver and Maya T. Kirk taking on Danielle Wallace and Sammy George. And I'll be honest, I've got no idea who won that one. And then we had a title match. Jerry Hattrick thrown in against Silence. He's lost his tag team belt. He's lost the world title belt. And now he's got just the North American Championship left, and he's got to put it on the line tonight against Silence. He's lost multiple matches in a row, and on top of that, he started the week by basically moaning to me, saying he needs a win, he is demanding a win, and the episode finished. We didn't see who won. I'm going to show you who won now, and that is going to give you a little indication of how this stream is going to work, because I'm warning you now, it's a little bit janky, alright? This is not a perfect playthrough. I've already played through the season. People don't know this, or at least a lot of people don't seem to know this. But I played through the season a long time ago. It takes us a long time to make these episodes, a long time to script everything. I've known the result of the challenge and the season for months, probably, or at least weeks. So, I have every week recorded one by one. This is some behind the scenes info for you as well. So, what I'm having to do is I'm actually having to use my media player recordings. You'll see my mouse on this here. I've cut off the top and the bottom so you can't see the annoying play button and pause and stuff, but it does mean the screen will be slightly cropped. But basically, I'm not playing through this right now. This is all going off the recordings that I made weeks or maybe even months ago. So, please do bear with me if things are a little bit out of sync or not quite as perfect as they could be if I was playing live. So, we have Jerry Hattrick against Silence here. And I'm going to have to just skip forward. Oh, that was a bit of a spoiler, wasn't it? Alright, this will take a bit of practice. But Jerry Hattrick retained his belt. It was a 4-star, amazing match. And you're probably wondering, why don't I have the match footage for this one? I'll be perfectly honest, I fixed the match. I fixed it. Alright, sue me. I fixed it in Jerry's favour. He was mad. He's my idol. He was going downhill. He was just on a downwards career trajectory, and I needed to do something. I gave him the fixed match card that he desperately needed, and finally, he ends his losing streak against Silence, and he develops a level 1 rivalry as well. God, there's so many people chatting. I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with you all. This is crazy. Before we go any further, what I want to do is explain why this is the finale. What is going on here? What's happened? Where are the weekly episodes, right? So, the channel members will have known this for a little while. Did try and explain this to them and to everyone. This is just playing away in the background. Firstly, I want to shout out all the channel members. We've got Sam Doherty, hope I'm pronouncing that right, 7-Page Wilson, Chase Street, Mumbling Penguin, SK Gaming, Jan Klinge, Alpha Stork, PLB Live Sim. Thank you for supporting us. I know it's not ideal that you were supporting us for jobbers only, basically, and now we're not doing it anymore, right? This is the finale. The members know that we were struggling making these episodes, basically. They take us a long time to make. People don't seem to understand this. We get people demanding more episodes or asking what's taking so long. They take us a long time, right? So to play through, to script, every script we write is a few thousand words long. We then record that audio, we edit the video down, we do a lot of stuff in the edit that basically means every episode takes us around 3 to 4 days roughly overall to make. And that's for 2 of us. So like I do the play-in and the scripting and the recording. Ferg does the editing, and sometimes he throws his own recordings in as well. which basically means they take us a long time. And I really don't mind taking a long time. We like to put effort in. Hopefully you can all tell from our videos that we enjoy putting the effort in and we enjoy being creative and making videos hopefully better than other channels make them. The problem is that the demand is going down quite a bit for the Jobbers Only content. And on top of that, YouTube doesn't like it when your videos are less popular. So every time we upload a video that is decreased in popularity, YouTube basically stops pushing our videos as far, and that goes for like all of our new uploads. It basically suppresses them a little bit because the click-through rates are lower. And it basically makes it a lot harder for us to succeed as smaller creators. We want to actually get somewhere with our channel, and long term, we would love to be established WWE 2K or other wrestling game content creators. And we can't do that if we're spending week after week uploading videos that are decreasing in popularity. I personally am so invested in the Jobbers season. I love making it. I'm sure Ferg loves making it as well. But I hope that explains things to you. Just to be perfectly blunt, we made like $23 or something like that off the last episode of Jobbers Only. So for two of us working pretty much full time for nearly a full week, we got like $23 for that. Anyone with a job out there would probably happily admit that they wouldn't work full time for $23 a week. So I hope that all makes sense. It's going to be the last time that I explain it during the stream. So if any of you are still in chat and people ask further down the line, just make something funny up in the chat for why we had to make the final episode as a live stream. Oh, also on top of that, we were trying to make a really long final episode. We have a 15,000 word script written between me and Ferg. Shout out to Ferg. I see his name in the chat there. We had a super long script written, and now Ferg is all of a sudden having these internet problems where I've got, how many weeks do we have to go through here? We've got like week 12 to week 25, all the videos, they're all like an hour long. I'm sending them across to Ferg with the scripts and the audio, and now all of a sudden he's having trouble downloading them and uploading them. It's just turned into a total disaster. So I hope you're all happy with this as a sort of ending. So we can see here, our show was a good booking. We had a good main event that was fixed, obviously. We can see now that Precious Silver and Maya T. Kirk, they actually did get the win over Danielle Wallace and Sammy George. And this is quite funny because this is week 11. I'd already scripted all the way up to week 17. And yeah, Tear Song, exactly. The YouTube algorithm strikes again. I already had full scripts written, so I already know all this stuff. And basically what I was going to craft the story to say is that these weeks coming up, they're so important that we just survive and focus on survival, that we're actually going to ignore the fan results for a little bit. We are so broke after the contract renewal crisis that what we're going to look to do is focus instead on staying afloat. It's going to be really hard just to keep the brand intact because of all the issues we're having. We're having people demanding money all over the place, and our budget isn't the biggest. So for the next few weeks, we are going to focus on trying to increase our budget, or at least keep our budget intact. So fan results for a few weeks, they don't matter. So we've got Adrian Williams coming in, and he just wants $23,000 to stay to start week 12. A nice, kind, polite amount. He's like, yeah, I'd like to stay. I'm not going to ask for too much. I'm not going to ask for $300,000 like Stack McSlacks did. I'm just going to ask for $23,000, and I give him the new deal. I'll just get to a few people in chat. Let's see what you're all saying, because I'm really struggling to multitask here. Sam says, if you keep the join button, I'll still support the channel with my membership. Thanks, Sam. You're the goat, honestly. Banana Boy said it'd be funny to hear me trying to improv commentate over an entire episode instead of scripting. Well, I would be absolutely terrible at that. Ferg would be very good. I am terrible. I don't have a clue what's going on in the matches. Luke Smith, Vince McMahon took over YouTube and cancelled Jobbers Only. Yeah, maybe. Are we getting season 3? No, there won't be a season 3. Will you do other challenges or ideas? Yeah, we're going to be doing lots of other challenges and stuff. We tried to come up with our own creative ideas, and we do take creative ideas from the community as well, from comments. We do get a lot of comments from people that are challenges that just frankly they don't interest us for some specific reasons. Like maybe the challenge is just too specific. Usually the issue with challenges is just if they don't make for a good title or a good thumbnail. If it's not a wide appeal, like actually interesting idea, then it makes it very hard for us to do the challenges on. And most of the time we're going to find them too easy as well. So we're looking for creative ways to make them more difficult. Will we still do a Jobbers World Cup 2024? Yeah, man. We enjoy making those. We don't know whether to do them in shorts, like TikTok style form, or full-length videos, but we'll still be doing those on every release. And we'll still do the Jobbers content as well, but they'll probably just be like the one-off original video. So Triton comes to me after we've just renewed Adrian's contract. And Triton wants a shot at the NXT Championship. And this puts me in a real predicament because he's not... I don't want to give him a push, but he was already angry at me for not delivering on his promises before. Kyle is sort of beefing with Jackson Smooth a little bit. He's just called him out, Kyle being the champion. But Triton wants a shot. And you know what? I just say yeah. I say yes to him. I give in to the demand. And then Dante Roberts, he wants a rematch with Triton, which makes it even trickier because Triton wants a shot at the title. Dante Roberts wants a shot against Triton in the next 2 weeks. And again, I don't want to annoy people. So I say yes. The Tony Khan challenge from the Discord when? Yeah, that one, I think that one's on our list. It's one where I'm not 100% sure if we have like a title and thumbnail that could work for YouTube, but it's definitely one we're considering. What happened to the CAW video? That's live on the channel. That's our most recent upload, is the CAW one. Auto draft and auto book challenge. Another funny idea. Up until week 17, try to read off the scripts while the recording's playing. What you want me to actually pull up the scripts that I wrote, because I wrote so many of them. Let me go all the way down to. I've got so many things up. You can see me booking away in the background here. I have so many things open. I've got multiple monitors, multiple tabs. I've got an iPad in front of me with my script on and my notes from what happened in specific weeks. It's a shame that I can't pull the spreadsheet up of the wins and losses, because I know people liked the wins and losses record that we were doing. So I've scrolled way too far on the iPad. I mean, you can't actually see this on your screen, but this file, this is week 12. This is a 59-minute recording. So every single week is an hour of footage or more, depending on if it's a PLE. So this is week 12. The title was going to be a world title shot for an unlikely candidate. And the thumbnail idea was going to be Triton, Jackson Smooth, and Silence, each with their own section of the thumbnail. Maybe a slightly diagonal background line. So let's see, that's that's the level of depth of planning we go to for this stuff. So you can see that I'm booking the show away in the background. We had Jerry retaining the North American title last week. But the important thing for last week was that we made some money. We made $143,000 thanks to tight booking and a good advertising promo as well. And the fan results just don't matter too much for the time being. Let's move ahead to the actual booking. So, we start with Precious Silver and Maya T. Kirk against Danielle Wallace and Sammy George again. And this matchup delivered a 2.5-star result last week in a normal mid-card match. This week, it's Extreme Rules. Their rivalry has gone up another level. And they're all going to be slightly more popular too. So I'm hopeful of reaching a 3.5-star or maybe even 4-star rating here if I'm lucky. Maybe I'm being a bit too optimistic, but we'll see how it goes. Can you do some universe mode content? We'd love to explore some of that. One of the other things we do is we so for those of you who don't know, the channel used to be called Diamond Lobby Wrestling. We rebranded it to Wrestling Lobby, but we work, well, I own Diamond Lobby. Ferg works with us at Diamond Lobby. And we do content for all different kinds of games, mainly on the website. But we've started doing YouTube content as well. And there's a lot of games coming out across the next few weeks, so we'll be pretty busy covering other games. But we have a lot of wrestling ideas planned in and on our list, and we want to basically just keep doing videos all year round. They won't be weekly up until 2K24 is released, just because there's just not enough content ideas, but we definitely want to try other stuff out, do universe mode, do some other 2K related content and other wrestling game related content as well, all the way up to 2K24, and then we'll go crazy on videos again when 2K24 comes out. Hopefully some other games come out as well. You feel like you're at the creative meeting right now. So I'm not going to show all of the matches. Some of them aren't particularly interesting ones. But Danielle Wallace and Sammy George get revenge, but it's not a 3.5-star match. It's just a 3-star opener. They advance to level 4, but as for an opener of the show, 3-star isn't ideal, especially as the next matchup is Kyle Slickman against Triton with the world title on the line. So we get Penelope Perfect to do an advertising promo. We've got to get that money coming in. She makes $16,000 for the brand. She only loses a little bit of popularity, sorry. And we move on to a title match. Kyle Slickman against Triton. And as you can see, we have a Jackson Smooth run-in. He's going to be attacking Kyle Slickman, which, if I'm correct in my knowledge, which I might not be, I believe that this should mean that the title doesn't change hands. If Triton wins, the match should end in a disqualification. But it doesn't matter anyway, because Kyle Slickman still picks up the win. He beats Jackson Smooth and Triton, retains the belt, and it's a 3-star match, which is the perfect result for our drama curve. He looks a little bit like Lyle Kickman. Maybe I'm wrong. We then had Ali Brawler call out Penelope Perfect. And then we go into the next match, which is Cash Suplex against Bobby Marquis in a tables match. And I'll revert back to my script here. The last time we saw Bobby Marquis, he was losing to Jerry Sweat in hell in a regular ring at the last PLE. And we've not seen Cash Suplex since that same evening where he became one half of our men's tag team partnership. Will our champ go over here? Or will Stinky Bobby have something to say about it in his first 1v1 against one of our more established stars? Whilst Cash Suplex, the mean green money machine, has a reputation for his impressive bank balance and his even more impressive designer clothing, and regularly talks about his successful chain of casinos, there have been some unfortunate rumours circulating in the press this week that he's been having some financial difficulties. And it makes sense. That could be why, at his age, he's frequently putting his body on the line for NXT. And he's also been selling out all over the place and appearing in every match he possibly can be in. And why would he be in against opponents like Bobby Marquis that have little regard for Cash's health, or even his own health and hygiene? Anyway, the script doesn't really make much sense any further at this point, because Bobby Marquis is only just walking in. Try and end the run with silence as world champion. Yeah, it's all already recorded, man. We're going off recordings here. We'll see what happens to silence. We'll see what happens to everyone else as well. But this is a tables match. First person to slam their opponent through a table is the winner. And we can see that this match... Oops. Spoilers. This match descends into chaos a little bit. Because, I don't know why, but there's tables everywhere. Why are there so many tables? You only need one, guys. But who's gonna come out with the victory? I have no idea, and I'm sure none of you have any clue whatsoever either. Cash Suplex probably bought Bitcoin and NFTs. Probably NFTs, yeah. Maybe that's where all his money went. And somehow we're streaming at a time when the Australian is not asleep. That is crazy. But Cash Suplex, he's got Bobby Marquis up against the table and slams him through for the victory. That'll teach the jobber Bobby Marquis for coming anywhere near Cash Suplex. But what is the match result going to be for this one? Well, it was a 3.5-star match. A great result. And it's a level 1 rivalry. We then have Cora Cut doing a little bit of self-promo, getting us some diversity in the promos and the main event, an Iron Man match. One of the reasons that these things take so bloody long to record is because we include Iron Man matches. This is a 15-minute match, and we have one of our tag team champions. We've already seen Cash Suplex coming out victorious in the previous match. We now have John the Fish Herman, our other tag team champ. And he's going to be in an Iron Man match against Adrian Williams. Fresh off a new contract with NXT after it looked like he would be leaving us earlier this season. He's taking on the man with a growing fan following, John the Fish Herman. And these are both Iron Man specialists. In their last Iron Man battle, John the Fish Herman made Adrian Williams look good as he got pinned a ridiculous number of times. And he knew Adrian was down in the dumps as he got dumped by his influencer girlfriend that he met on Love Guyland. But John might not be so kind tonight after the two lovebirds apparently rekindled their relationship. These guys have a low-level rivalry, but not a lot of popularity. They're going to need to pull something very special out of the bag to save our drama curve, because we need at least 3.5 stars as a minimum, but ideally more. I think I might have made a mistake in the booking here, considering we need at least 3.5 stars from these two. But they are Iron Man specialists, so maybe they can do it. Let's skip ahead and we'll watch the final minute or so. So we can see the score is 2-2. And it's looking pretty likely that this one is going to be a tie. But John the Fish Herman is taking it to Adrian Williams with the kendo stick. We can see from the damage on their two bodies, which someone recommended that we remove the hoods. I actually do remove the hoods from, I think it was next week onwards maybe, just for a little bit better immersion. But we can see for the time being that Adrian is pretty battered compared to John the Fish Herman. There's 22 seconds left. John the Fish Herman picks Adrian Williams up, slams him into the floor, and he's stunned. And with just 12 seconds left, gets the pin to go 3-2 up. And that is going to be that. John the Fish Herman gets his revenge over Adrian Williams. But is it going to be enough for our drama curve? We need this to be a massive result. We need like 3.5 stars minimum, ideally more. And I'm pretty nervous. Are we going to get the result that we need? No, we're not. It's 3 stars. I make yet another massive blunder. And when I think back, I think the last time the two of them faced off in an Iron Man match, I think I used an Iron Man power card and forgot about it. So there might be specialists in the match type, but they're not popular. And without that, I continued adding to the mistakes. And it seems like mistakes are getting easier and easier to make in this challenge with the pressures of the increasing difficulty of this challenge, with all the financial issues that are going on. Everything is just increasing in difficulty. The important thing this week, though, is that we actually gained $156,000 in profit, which could be huge as we continue to work towards maximizing our profits to keep the roster together. We don't want anyone else leaving. And whilst difficulties are increasing right now, things will eventually get easier. Money will be sorted sooner rather than later. The rivalries are continually firing up. And my jobbers continue to get more and more popular each week as well. It might seem unlikely right now, but I promise you, this isn't over yet. We go into week 13. Jerry Sweat is out of contract. How much is he going to ask for? Is he going to be reasonable? Is he going to ask for something that isn't ridiculous? $58,000. That seems all right to me, Jerry Sweat. I think you're worth that. You've got 55 popularity, 87 stamina. You're a valued member of the roster. I think the fans like you as well. And I'm more than willing to give you $58,000. And John the Fish Herman's contract's up. One of our tag team champions. How much is he going to ask for? Is he going to be reasonable? $257,000. John, what are you doing? If we remember back, when Chuck McWagon was a tag team champion, he demanded a lot of money and he had to be fired. His partner, Stacked McSlacks, also requested silly amounts of money a few weeks later. And now John the Fish Herman is a tag team champion. And he's asking for $257,000 with 63 popularity. I don't know if the men's tag team titles are cursed. I'm gutted to be saying this. But let's pour one out for another fallen member of the NXT roster. A humble fisherman that showed up to put in good work. We gave him a push, and he changed as soon as he got the slightest sniff of them dollar bills. And there are rumours that he's joining Stacked McSlacks in the Saudi Wrestling League. John the Fish Herman out here thinking that he's Roman Reigns. Exactly. And Triton appreciates the title shot, so we did manage to appease his demands. Kyle Slickman remained champion. And I think that was the perfect result all round, to be honest. And Cora Cutt then comes to me. What she want? Well, she wants to run a main event match. She's the women's champion, so that's a pretty easy request to grant. Unless I forget to deliver on my promises again, of course. So after we've saved up a little bit of money and we've got rid of John the Fish Herman, I decided to invest into a superstar training card this week, and I applied it to Trixie Gambit, which means she'll be unavailable for a couple of weeks. But what it means is she'll become a permanent member of the NXT roster. She's a tag team champion. I didn't want more people demanding silly amounts of money from me. She only has 2 weeks remaining on a contract, and she has 77 popularity, So I thought the best thing to do was just to tie someone down onto a permanent contract just to help with the financial issues. And I also spent $100,000 upgrading our special effects this week as well. We're still trying to save money and make money at the same time. But we have to invest in the show to make them better if we want to extend our lead at the top in this challenge. So with these financial investments, we pushed our budget to the absolute limit this week. And I had to save a little bit with some free advertising bookings and special effects bookings and stuff. but we would need a good show tonight. We need good results. Two things that we've been lacking in recent weeks. So would things recover in week 13? I'd never forget to deliver on a promise. Exactly. Exactly. So let's skip ahead to the actual show. I think that's more interesting than just going through the actual booking process. We can see here. Can I get some boos in the chat? The fans all in the arena are booing like crazy because John the Fish Herman appeared for the final time to take on Adrian Williams in another Iron Man match. And it was actually a 4-star rated match. We threw him in. We burnt up his stamina. We made good use of their rivalry to start off our show with a 4-star match. But he is now out of contract. And he immediately leaves NXT. But he does so with a victory, just like Stacked McSlacks did a few weeks ago when he left the company. We then have Penelope Perfect responding to Ali Brawler. Last week, Ali called her out. This week, Penelope's calling her out back. And they now have a level 3 rivalry. Ali Brawler, Penelope Perfect. Who is going to come out on top in that rivalry? Next up, in the mid-card, we've got Silence getting his chance for some revenge against Jerry Hattrick. He's pretty angry with the situation. And the fact that last time out, Jerry had a fixed match card. Which doesn't seem fair to Silence. Why is Jerry getting matches fixed in his favour? Thank you for all the boos. He did sell out. I thought John the Fish Herman was going to be a future face of the brand, to be honest. Now look. It's disgusting to see. But is Jerry Hattrick going to come out on top here against Silence? It's a shooting star against a supernova. It's the North American title holder, Jerry Hattrick. And Jerry is looking to use last week's victory as a stepping stone on the road to recovery. But I'm telling you now, Silence has some dirty tricks up his sleeve. I would not be surprised to see him miming and rudely insulting Jerry just with his hands in this one. But Silence is absolutely desperate for revenge. But this is just a normal match, so it's going to come down to a pinfall or a submission. And is Jerry going to be able to do it without the fixed match card in his favour? Hold a men's tournament to decide the new champ. This is all pre-recorded, man. We can't do anything, unfortunately. This is all played through already. But is Jerry going to get the pin on Silence here? No. Silence kicks out just in time. We'll skip forward. There could be a count out here. Jerry using the face paint remover on Silence just to mock him. But Silence reverses. Is one of them going to get counted out here? With 9 seconds on the clock, they both make it in just in time. But Silence walks straight into a powerbomb from Jerry Hattrick. And he slams him into the canvas. That's surely got to be over. 1, 2, 3. Jerry does it. Back to back. And Jerry is back, it seems. Or he's certainly got the edge over Silence at the minute. And that looked pretty good to me. We had a 4-star opener and a 3.5-star first mid-card match. What a result. It's a great start to our week. That was just a normal match as well. Says the rivalry grows, but I'm not sure about that. It's still level 1. But I'm starting to believe we could pull out something special in this run. Precious Silver then did some advertising for us, making us just a little bit more money. But she's not that popular, so it doesn't work too well. She gains us $14,000 and lost 4 popularity, but that doesn't really matter. She's not really going anywhere this year just due to her results. So in the next match, we have an amazing Fatal 4-Way that could have been worthy of a title match, honestly. It has 2 sets of feuding stars. The first out is the military man Dante Roberts, followed shortly after by his rival Triton. 2 jobbers that have pretty good popularity on their own, but their popularity with the fans is dwarfed by that of our next 2 opponents. The first one out is Kyle Slickman. The world champion makes his way to the ring, and his success in Fatal 4-Ways hasn't actually been too good, so odds are against him tonight. And finally, the man that broke 24 ribs, his spine, and your mom's heart, Jackson Smooth. And the match starts exactly how you'd expect it. It's hectic. And with Kyle Slickman just looking to taunt at the first opportunity he gets. Jake says he has a 2K23 MyGM challenge idea. Do we want to know it? Well, we're always open to suggestions, so feel free to drop them in. We do have a list of challenges that we want to work through. But who's going to come out on top in this Fatal 4-Way? We've got Kyle and Jackson both beefing heavily with each other. Triton and Dante doing exactly the same. And we can see that Kyle's pulling out all the tricks. And he desperately wants to take Jackson Smooth down. But Jackson cleverly reverses, showing that he has got what it takes to match up with Kyle Slickman. But Triton gets involved and makes Jackson pay. Oh, people are talking about Discord, I see. Right. I should, I'm such a Discord noob and a streaming noob. Let me get the link. I'll pop it in, I'll pop it in the chat. But I do need to get the Discord link back because apparently I keep doing them on 1 week only invites, which isn't very useful. But yeah, there we go. Let's pop it in the chat. Oh, I can't even type in chat. What's going on? Here we go. Discord link in the chat for anyone that wants to join. And if anyone asks about it later in the stream, if someone could just pull that up, that'd be very much appreciated. So you can see Dante Roberts is taking it to Kyle Slickman with the kendo stick. But Kyle reverses cleverly and starts going to town. Who do you think is going to come out victorious in this one? The fans are cheering on Jackson Smooth. We'll skip ahead a little bit. What is Jackson Smooth doing outside the ring? he's just taunting on his own. Jackson, my boy, get in the ring. Oh, yeah. Good idea on pinning that. I've pinned it. Kyle hits a Kyle driver onto Dante Roberts. This is a long-ass match. Is Triton going to pin Jackson Smooth? No, you don't pin Jackson. Get out of here, Triton. You can see how long these actually take just to record. So we skip forward. We can see that everyone is drained. Triton's in the corner, knackered. Jackson Smooth's rolled out of the ring. Kyle Slickman's shadow boxing, but he breaks up the pin just in time. Jake thinks Triton, the fat guy, is going to win. Alex wants Kyle Slickman to win this one. No love yet for Dante Roberts. These are 4 stars, all worthy of being in a main event match. Can't believe this is a mid-card match. The fans are getting their money's worth here. Can't you have people playing as the matches? Yeah, I think my GM's pretty weird, where it's like, it's not rigged, and wrestling is rigged normally. And you try and set up these storylines, but you can't always guarantee that they work because you don't know who's going to win. But I kind of like just letting it play out and see what the game wants to happen. That's what I like. So I don't like playing the matches. Plus, I'm absolutely terrible at the game and don't even know the buttons because I only play my GM. Which people found hilarious in Discord, that I don't even know how to play the normal game. Luke loves Dante Roberts. But Triton is pinning Kyle Slickman? No. There's just far too much going on in the ring. And they're just constantly breaking it up from each other. With Kyle out of the ring, is something going to happen here? Jackson Smooth still spending all of his time taunting. Jackson and Kyle. Triton and Dante, the 2 sets of rivals, are taking it out on each other right now. And Jackson, it's Kyle with a Kyle driver. His own move used against him. And are they distracted? Triton gets the pin on Dante Roberts. And Jake in chat called it right. Triton, the fat guy, takes the win. A bit of a shock victory there. And it's another 3.5-star match. Before the main event, Cash Suplex continued to prove the rumours of his money struggles right by advertising a questionable weight loss product. But he only lost 1 popularity and he gained us a much-needed $21,000. The weight loss product was in hot demand, and it was an excellent promo. I mean, our show so far has been pretty darn good. All we need is for our main event to deliver a 3.5-star match or better, and this could be the start of our comeback. Maya T. Kirk, Sammy George, 2 feuding rivals. Sammy George, a potential star of the future for NXT, who's been crushing it this season. And Cora Cut, the champion, who demanded a main event appearance. It's Falls Count Anywhere. But it is a bit of a risk because Cora's popular, but not the most popular on the roster. And then Sammy George and Maya T. Kirk, they're some pretty low-level jobbers. I don't know if we're going to be able to deliver a 3.5-star match or more here. And if we don't, that would mean that I'd messed up again. And I'm making a lot of mistakes in this challenge just due to the pressure of it. Trying to deliver the storylines, trying to deliver the unlikeliest of 500,000 fan victories. the pressure got to me, I'll be honest. So are we going to get the 3.5-star match that we need in this one? As we see the champion, Cora Cut, showing off her belt. We need it to be a 3.5-star match at a minimum. And who's going to win this one? Do we think the champion Cora is going to come away with victory? Or do we think maybe Sammy George, the rising star, could walk away with victory? Or will it be Maya T. Kirk? It was Cora Cut. Maya T. Kirk arriving just too late to prevent Cora Cut from pinning Sammy George. And the champion shows why she is the champion, winning in the triple threat. Kyle Slickman couldn't come out victorious in his fatal 4-way. But Cora Cut did what was needed. And it's a 5-star legendary match. Was this match boosted with a power card? Well, I don't remember using it, but it would be pretty hard for me to deny that one, wouldn't it? But we needed that. What a show. What a week. Looking forward to seeing the results. Oh my word. Look who's at SmackDown. Look who's facing Logan Paul in the opener. It's Broderick. The legend killer. The man that destroyed Jerry Hattrick's legacy at WrestleMania in Season 1. Alongside Heath Manhattan, who's also in... He's also on SmackDown. It's good to see Broderick still in a job this season, to be honest. And Trent Shaw's on Raw. Let's be honest, that's a rhyme that deserved to happen. And I wish him all the best, even though he's on Mick Foley's side now. So the results came in, and our amazing booking managed to equal or outperform every other brand in every single match. Importantly, we outperformed our closest competition, SmackDown and Kurt Angle, in every match. And with our new logistics upgrade, we'd walk away with a victory this week, surely. Could this be the start of our comeback? Well, we gained 57,400 fans. Would SmackDown be able to compete with that? Oh, everyone's booing. Everyone's booing at the traitors. Well, SmackDown gained just 35,800. And we absolutely smashed this week. Finally, it was a good one. And we don't want the good times to come to an end too quickly, because next week is our final week before Backlash. We need this to be another good one. And this week, what's happening in our inbox? Well, it's nice and quiet. Cora Cut makes a request for the second week running. She wants to be put in a match with Jody Garcia. Now, I know a lot of people like Jody Garcia, but she's our least popular female star. Despite having a promising start to her NXT career, things just couldn't really go anywhere. She didn't really have any rivalries lined up. And I can't risk saying no to Cora. We can't afford to be paying bonuses to unhappy jobbers. So I'm going to have to say yes. I'll have to satisfy that demand this week on top of all the other challenges I have on my plate at the moment. Or could this be another promise that I forget to deliver on? I agree to make it happen in the next 3 weeks, but it does need to happen this week, in my opinion, if we're going to get that one done. And Dante Roberts is grateful for his rematch against Triton, so that was a promise that I managed to deliver on. So our commissioner goal for this week is to put our least popular star in a match. And that will give us a coast-to-coast power card if we do that. And our least popular star is Jody Garcia. So it works out perfectly with Cora Cut's request to be in a match with her. And with not too much going on in the inbox, I knew that this week would need to be huge. There's not much for us to worry about, just that Cora Cut and Jody Garcia match. It's the week before Backlash. Our rivalries are heating up. Our budget is slightly manageable, and our roster is starting to contain more and more exciting matchups. So following on from last week's call-out, we start with an Extreme Rules match in a Level 3 rivalry between Penelope Perfect and Ali Brawler. But here's the thing. The story behind it. Penelope wants this to be an elimination match for a women's title shot next week. But I decided to set them both a challenge. Whoever wins this match would be guaranteed a title shot at Backlash, with one exception. If you both deliver an amazing match to open this show, win or lose, you will get a title shot in a triple threat next week. So the stars, Ali and Penelope, they knew that all they had to do to get a title shot was to claim victory. But if they both put on an amazing performance, they would both get a title shot next week. And despite the popularity of these two not being the highest at the minute, I think they're in a pretty good position. There's not that many hot assets in the NXT women's division right now. Trixie Gambit has been out of action for a little while. Cora Cut has found herself asking for matches with super jobbers. And both Ali and Penelope have consistently put in awesome showings and have put in the work inside and outside the ring within the promos as well. So I think they'd both be deserving of a title shot, even though Penelope obviously has been on a bit of a downward slope this season. And neither lady really starts out on top here, with both going blow for blow. Both sort of trading back and forward. That is until Penelope whips out a sledgehammer. And she's mixing it up. Hitting Ali and taunting her in between. And she's throwing her around like a rag doll as well. She's definitely got the edge in this match so far. And she even hits her with a Penelope pit stopper. And goes for the pin. 1, 2. No. Not good enough. Am I recording for a video? No, this is going to actually just be the video pretty much. We're going to put the live stream up as the finale, but we're going to cut it down a bit. And Penelope goes for the pin again. 1, 2, 3. Penelope walks away with the victory, which is a bit of a shock result in my opinion. I think Ali Brawler has been the more dominant star in this season so far. The tag team champion, and as a tag team, she's on fire. I don't think they've lost a single tag team match all season long. But Penelope, pulling off a pit stopper, gets the pin, and they deliver a 4-star amazing match. They will both get a title shot next week in a triple threat match against Cora Cut. As long as none of them get vetoed, of course, which that'd be annoying if that ever happened. But I'm sure we all know that would never happen, right? A lot of Penelope fans in chat. Kyle Slickman then calls out Jackson Smooth again. And the fans, they rate it as weak. And it's for a simple reason. They just want to see the stars in the ring. They're sick of seeing them talking. They're sick of seeing them in fatal four-ways. They want them 1v1. But Kyle, in his call-out, said two things. Firstly, he wants to put his world title on the line at Backlash against Jackson Smooth. That's next week. Secondly, he wants it to be a submission match. The first person to quit loses. And the fans, I think they're going to be excited, as it's a done deal. Jackson Smooth would get his world title shot for the first time in next week's main event. But the mighty Kyle Slickman stands between him and the crown. In the second mid-card match, we settle the promise of Cora Cut. We throw her into a fatal four-way match with Jody Garcia, Danielle Wallace, and Maya T. Kirk. Unfortunately, the bad news is that Cora Cut actually develops a rivalry with Jody Garcia, which is just terrible. They're not good synergy matchups. It's just not ideal. Jody's a super jobber, and I honestly have no idea how I'm going to solve that, but it does complete our commissioner goal. So we get a coast-to-coast power card for a GM interference match rating boost. Or show rating boost, I should say. And this result actually wiped out both Cora and Jody's perfect records for the season. So they were 3-0 going into that. Danielle Wallace does a bit of self-promo, unsuccessfully though. It's a weak rating and she loses to popularity as a result. We then have the vacant men's tag team belt on the line. And remember, this is a potentially cursed belt. Do we even want a men's tag team championship? Partnership. What are the words that I'm saying? Do we want any men's tag champions, or are they all going to turn into idiots? Because everyone that gets a taste of that silverware, I don't know, something funny happens to them. They start to get a taste of the finer things in life, and they start demanding all kinds of silly money. But the tag team belt is on the line in this match. Cash Suplex has managed to find the perfect tag team partner for him, and they form a new team. Money Hungry. Cash Suplex and Jerry Sweat. Money Hungry based on their appetite for finance and for a healthy diet. But who would they be facing for the vacant belt? Because it has been vacated once more as a result of John the Fish Herman leaving the company. Well, they'd be facing stinky Bobby Marquis. I'm not really sure about that one. I don't think he deserves to be a champion, that's for sure. And who's Bobby going to be teaming up with? It's Dante Roberts, the military man. I don't know about you, but I'd love to see Money Hungry go over here. I think they deserve the victory. Not really a fan of Bobby Marquis, I'll be perfectly honest. I'll let you all into my biases on this stream. I'd love to see Money Hungry go over in this one and become the champions. And Cash Suplex, he was our champion before. We've not had any issues with Cash Suplex. But his partner, John the Fish Herman, well, the less said the better. It's good to see Money Hungry double teaming Bobby Marquis. He stinks. God, he absolutely stinks. Look at him. I can smell him from here. But Dante is a machine. He is not one to be messed with. And he might get the pin on Jerry Sweat. No. You're going to have to do a lot more than that, Dante. That's pathetic. And Jerry Sweat and Bobby Marquis are old rivals as well. They've had their own little rivalry run in the past. Why doesn't Cash just pay the referee to hand them the titles? Well, not so easy because there's rumours of his financial demise. First spread by Dante Roberts a few weeks ago, but the press have been reporting on it as well. It doesn't look good for Cash and his chain of casinos. Doesn't look like he's got the money to do it. But I think it's important that, you know, we don't comment on rumours and speculation. These are just rumours. We shouldn't look too deep into it. That Jerry Sweat manages to tag in Cash suplex. And he just immediately gets clothesline. That's Cash. I'm trying to big you up here, buddy. Look how much spit flies out of that man's mouth. You meant to be on a diet, Cash. It's like he's got a week's worth of meals in them cheeks. This is another long one. Oh, but there we go. Spoilers. Cash suplex and Jerry Sweat, money hungry, pick up the titles. Cash is delighted to get his belt back, and Jerry Sweat becomes a champion for the first time. How is it that Bobby manages to be stinkier than Jerry Sweat? Well, I'd love to know it as well. It's honestly impressive. But I think Jerry he might sweat a lot, but his hygiene is sublime. The amount of deodorant that man puts on it's a sight to behold. And we end the show with a main event match that's been on the cards for a while. It's Jerry Hat-Trick and Silence again, but this time it's for the title, the North American Championship, and it is not fixed. Jerry won this last time in a normal match, but this time it's a tables match. And Silence, I think he's earned this shot, despite some defeats, and he's a tables match specialist as well. Jerry, right now, really only seems to be a specialist in old age. Who do we think is going to come out on top? Is it going to be Silence? He's been getting a push this season so far, and he's been doing well. But Jerry has had the edge on him in recent weeks, and I think this is going to be important for Jerry. We're going to need him, I think, to come away with a victory here. If he's going to have any chance of some sort of redemption arc, there's no way he can lose here. He's battling back from all kinds of difficulties. But this match will only end when one of them feels the pain of their back going through that IKEA oak. Specifically saying this is not fixed kind of hints that it is. Yeah, that's true what Banana Boy says. You can't watch the match if it's fixed. So this is not fixed. You can only simulate a match if you've used a fixed card on it. So it's genuinely not fixed. Whoever wins this one is the genuine victor. And oh my god, Jerry Hat-Trick! Flying off the top rope and connecting perfectly with the bandana. It's bandana versus beret in this one. America versus Francais. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I can barely speak English, let's be honest. But we've had a good show so far. We need a good match rating and a good result for the fans in this one too. Love from the Maldives. No way there's people watching in the Maldives. Where's everyone else watching from? I guess mostly, well, I would have assumed mostly America, but I know it's early in America right now, so that would be surprising if people are watching from there right now. The table's balancing just on its edge there. That is not resting against the corner. That table is delicately balanced by Silence. You can see that he really is a table specialist. He knows every inch of those tables. Germany, UK, India, Newcastle, Scotland. Australia, New Zealand. Just kidding about the Scotland. Australia, US. That is crazy. I genuinely thought like maybe 3 people would be watching this stream. Maybe not even that. I thought it could just be me streaming this out to the world. It's lovely to have you all with me whilst we watch through this. And hopefully, bias again, I hope Jerry Hattrick gets the victory. We need him. We need his redemption story, surely. But then again, silence. Silence has been good. He might deserve a push. Skittles think Hattrick won't win because he couldn't win the Tag Team Championship and he lost the NXT Championship as well. That's true. He's lost 2 belts already. And this one, he would have lost all 3 belts if he loses this. Thomas watching from Poland. New Zealand in there as well. Don't know if I already said that one. Either way, this is turning into a bit of an epic match. The two are both getting absolutely knackered. And Silence, he was a finalist in the Jobbers World Cup, remember. This isn't someone with no pedigree whatsoever. He's made it to the final. And he slams Jerry. Oh, and he just misses the table. I thought that was going to be it for a second there. And Silence is taking it to Jerry Hattrick right now. He's once again using a creative angle for that table. Let's skip ahead. These two are just... Silence, you can't make him submit. Stop doing the face paint remover. He doesn't deserve that. He's old. Oh, God, don't stamp on it. Oh, Jerry. Poor Jerry. Silence is evil. I'm convinced of it. There's an evil man behind that mask. Jerry finally gets a reversal in. And powerbombs Silence into the canvas. But it's no good. Get a table, Jerry. Go get a table. Come on. I find it amazing how we're randomly inventing move names. You should see the spreadsheet of... We've got a full spreadsheet of nicknames and finishing move names and stable names and win record. A lot of effort went into these. It's a tables match, so it's super buggy as always. But there is a table set up in the ring now. Jerry's trying to drag Silence to it. He's set him up. He slams his beret right off it. And he picks him up. Is this going to be it? No, he misses the table. Jerry! He's got bad eyesight in his old age. Is he going to get another chance? He is. Jerry, it's the wooden thing, mate. That's the one. He's going for it again. Silence looks helpless. And Jerry Hattrick gets the win. Legitimately this time. No fixed match card. Against the tables specialist, Jerry Hattrick. What? He wrestles the title away from the referee. There was no need for that, Jerry. Come on. Even though he's face these days, I think there's still a bit of heel inside him. And that, after so many shock defeats, is actually a 3-match win streak for Jerry Hattrick. I was sensing another good result this week, but sensing wouldn't be enough. I needed a good result. Before the results come in, I see that not only is Broderick on SmackDown, but so is Timber. So is Pretty Ruthless. And there's Broderick there as well. Kurt Angle actually just wants to be me. It's so sad. Kurt, you're pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Trying to just copy us. If you can't beat him, join him, eh, Kurt? We get an amazing booking. And for the second week running, we meet or exceed every single brand in every single match. And importantly, we destroyed SmackDown across the board again. This was an unbelievable week for NXT. But will we see such positive results in the fans and in our profits? Will we gain around 48,000 fans and increase our budget by $178,000? That is absolutely huge for us. And SmackDown only gained 34,000 fans. So we had another big week. We've extended our lead slightly. We delivered on our promises. We met our commissioner goal. And we go into Backlash with some feisty storylines. And for those wanting an update in the score standings, remember, we're just focusing on keeping our balance intact at the minute. And we'll get to the leaderboard maybe after Backlash. But we better hope Backlash is a good one to keep our challenge alive. So we start week 15. Trixie Gambit says she wants to be back in the ring. She's been benched for a while. Well, you haven't actually been benched, Trixie. You've been away at Superstar Training Camp. But she's a permanent member of the roster now. Still got 77 popularity and lots of stamina. So we definitely want to get Trixie involved this evening if we can. And Ali Brawler wants to be put in a PLE as well. And she will be put in the PLE if she's not vetoed, and no one is vetoed. That is the good start to this week, which means Ali Brawler, Penelope Perfect, and Cora Cut will do battle for the women's title in a triple threat match. Majuko says, I've been watching these pretty ferociously lately because I'm bedridden due to an injury. Sorry to hear that. I had no idea this was such a small channel. I just assumed it was a big channel. Yeah, we're small. We're small over here, but we're growing. I think we only had about... Well, when we uploaded the original Jobbers Challenge in like March or April, we had 900 subscribers and we weren't monetized. So it's pretty cool that just a few months later we have... How many subscribers do we have now? Do we have 12,000 or something like that? Oh, that reminds me. Hit the subscribe button, please. And the like button. Thank you. So I considered putting Trixie Gambit into a fatal four-way for the title there. But there is a rivalry on cooldown, so it will just be the triple threat. And for the second week running, the inbox was nice and easy to deal with. We've got $541,000 saved up in our budget, but we do have a load of contract renewals coming, so we all saw what happened at Hell in a Cell week. We need to keep a little bit, or quite a bit of money in the bank just in case we have any more disasters like that again. So I don't want to go over the top, but we do need to put on a big card at Backlash. So we can max out all our logistics and we can put on a good show as well. And it starts with the women's title match. Now, this is an interesting one because Cora Cut, Penelope Perfect, they're both in GOAT season. But things haven't been quite so normal behind the scenes recently. There seems to have been a little bit of tension, especially as Penelope wants that title back. And it's going to be interesting to see, are they going to turn on each other here? Or are they going to turn on Ali Brawler? Well, they don't even look at Ali Brawler. They just go straight for each other. And this could be part of the demise of GOAT season, perhaps. With Penelope still only focusing on Cora Cut. Her stablemate, or perhaps former stablemate, who knows? But that isn't good to see for the GOAT season fans out there. Who do we think is going to walk away with the belt in this one? We've had Penelope, a former champion, a multi-time former champion, but she's been on a downward spiral recently. We've got Cora Cut, who's been a champion in both Season 1 and Season 2. And then we've got Ali Brawler, who has never been a singles champion, but has been a tag team champion for a long time. And she has been working her way through the card this year, starting in that Mick Foley week 4, the injury week, where she bravely put her body on the line, And she's worked her way all the way from that low point, even getting injured in that week, all the way up to a title shot to potentially become our third female 2-belt champion. She would hold the tag team belt and the women's singles belt if she walks away with the victory here. I'm just going to run to the toilet, so let me know in the chat who you think is going to win, or who you want to win, Penelope, Cora, or Ali, and I'll be back in just a minute. I'm back, and I thought, just for a second there, I thought I was missing the end of the match. Who nearly got the pin away there? Let's see who people think are going to win. Banana Boy thinks Penelope's going to win. Alex thinks Ali's going to win. Gray, I'm not sure who Gray even thinks is going to win. Special K says Ali should win because she's hot. And there's some hate for Penelope in the chat as well. There's a lot of love and a lot of hate for Penelope. She has some dirty tricks, that's for sure. No love for Cora whatsoever, though. It's all Ali and Penelope fans, that's for sure. Cora cut the champion, though. It's going to take some doing to claim the belt off her. She's evil. She came back to NXT and she's just won. She's just won and won again. She's looked absolutely dominant since changing her appearance to something quite horrific. Gray is the leader of the Penelope Peasants. And that's the Penelope fan club, the Penelope Peasants, right. This is an Extreme Rules match, if I didn't already say. And I've got no idea how long is going to be left in this one. A run-in by the women's champ, the Darkness. God, it would be crazy to see some of the cores making their way into this one. We might see Shotgun Sally making her way to the ring. Who knows? Cora watches on as Penelope gets dropped from a height by Ali. And Ali's not scared of the chair. And she starts taking it to Cora Cut. And Penelope is down on the ground. I don't even know what that was. That did not look painful. Ali, what are you doing? Is that just me, or is that the least painful looking thing I've ever seen? And she gets made to pay for it. Cora's finally got a fan. Pokerby Wrestling. Cheering on Cora. She takes a chair to Penelope Perfect. Is that Alex Demon that we see in the crowd? And Penelope's looking to hit a pit stopper on Cora Cut. And she gets it away. But she's going to go for the pin. And Ali's right there. Penelope, use your eyes. If I remember rightly, Ali wasn't really in the start of this match. It was pretty much all Penelope and Cora Was Ali just like a slow starter, or is she just getting beaten up? Oh, she's going to get pinned. No, she's not. She kicks out. Let's skip ahead. Penelope has Ali above her head and drops her. Cora's out of the ring with a sledgehammer. Is she going to get in time? Oh, no worries for Ali Brawler. Just a 1 count. Ali Brawler sucks. Well, that's a tag team champion. She's put her body on the line for us this season. I think I've got some respect for Ali Brawler. Even if she is a heel. She's destroying them both at the minute. Poker is a representative of the Kings of Cut, which is Cora's fan club, which I think might just have 1 member. But it's a fan club nonetheless. I respect it. The Penelope Perfect People's Club. Don't tell me there's rival fan groups. The Penelope Peasants and the Perfect People's Club. There's rival fan groups. All for the same jobber. And Penelope's out of the ring. And she's going to hit a brawler bomb. And she does. Is she going to get the Penelope, stop taunting. 1, 2. She breaks it up just in time. She had time to get the taunt away and accelerated towards them at record pace. Oh, Cora's just been absolutely bashed on the head with a baseball bat. Where's Ali Brawler? Has she gone to sleep under the ring or something? Wait, how did Ali even get... I need to rewind. What even happened to Ali Brawler there? Oh, okay, so she just rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled out of the ring. But she's back. And she's got a chair. And I don't think she's planning on sitting in it. Oh, she's just going to put it down on the floor and then get thrown across the ring. Cool. Age Gale, off to bed. Enjoy your sleep. Thanks for checking in. Penelope has Ali above her head now and hits a pit stopper. That should be it. 1, 2. No! Ali kicks out again. How is she doing it? This has been going on for a long time now. And I still have no idea who's going to win it, even though I already know who wins, because this is pre-recorded. That's crazy. I have a theory that Penelope is Petey Hat-Trick's mom. Well. I don't know if I can comment on that. Is this one going to be over anytime soon? Oh, it is. Whoops, I missed the pin. After all that. Oh, dear. Sorry. Ali Brawler pins Penelope Perfect. And the drama was all still there. I didn't ruin it. That's for sure. Dramatic till the very end. The tension and suspense was not ruined. So shut up. And Ali Brawler takes the crown. And it's a legendary 5-star opener. And Cora Cook gets injured. Ali's the champ. Cora's injured. The rivalry with Penelope and Ali is over. Like, where does Penelope Perfect go now? The Brawling Buddies succeed. Penelope fans in the mud. But it's a 5-star opener, which is good for Backlash. We needed that. We needed a big start, and we got it. But Cora Cut is out for 5 weeks, and it could be the end of GOAT season. Cora and Penelope turning on each other. Cora didn't get pinned, but she's gone. And Bobby Marquis tries calling out Cash Suplex, but it's unsuccessful. No one cares about you, Bobby Marquis. No one likes you. You stink. Get out of my show. Skittles is saying Trixie versus Ali. Well, they're our tag team champions. I can't see them turning on each other there. They're loyal till the end. The Hell to Pay founding members. Our next match, Cash Suplex, ignoring Bobby's call out, returns to the ring. And Money Hungry are looking to cement their place as kings of the men's tag scene. And they're willing to do battle again tonight. They're facing the military man, Dante Roberts again, but who's his partner going to be? We know it's not Bobby Marquis because he's just done a promo. So he's going to have a new partner this week. I don't know who it's going to be. And the fans don't know who it's going to be either. So who's going to make their way to the ring? Who is going to team up with Dante Roberts? Well, the fans wait with bated breath. I don't know who it's going to be. Wait a second. That's Eddie Pop. The longest reigning champion from season 1 is returning to NXT. A long-term rival of Cash Suplex. And it's going to be 2 giants against 2 cruisers. And it's going to be extremely hard to call who wins this match. Oh, wait. Did I already skip it? Did I skip it? I think I simulated it after the walkouts. Sorry. Eddie Pop, though. Wait, what was that noise? Oh, someone... $5. Thank you. I recently just started playing 2K23. It's the first wrestling game I've played since the late 90s. I've enjoyed your content greatly. Thank you so much, man. Or woman. I really appreciate that. Flame Inc. says, is this live or is it just a premiere? It's just a premiere. This isn't live. I cannot read your comments. Anyway, back to the Backlash. Dante Roberts and Eddie Pop teaming up for the first time. Eddie Pop making his way back to NXT. And they pick up the victory. Not a title match, though. But they do grow a rivalry out of it. So where could that one go in the weeks to come? Looks like that could turn into a little bit of a heated rivalry. The Silence, off the back of his loss last week, tries to do some self-promo, but he can't talk. So he just stands there looking awkward. He's got a microphone in his hand and he's just miming into the microphone. He's not doing anything. And he loses a bit of popularity as a result. Who comes up with these CAWs or cores, however you say it, I don't even know. These are the ones that are in the game by default. So 2K come up with them. Or whoever develops it, Take-Two, whatever they're called. We need a triple threat match between Ali, Diane, and the Darkness. Oh. We can't have the Jobbers and Cores crossover. It just can't happen. Not yet, anyway. So next up, we have Danielle Wallace and Precious Silver in a Hell in a Cell match. A real one as well. It's actually got the cell and everything. It's not in a regular ring. But on top of that, Trixie Gambit makes her return as promised. So we've got Danielle Wallace and Precious Silver. They've got a high-level rivalry. And Trixie Gambit is going to be doing battle with them in Hell in a Cell. She's now a permanent member of the roster, but she's got some work cut out. If she wants to ever put herself back in the singles title picture before WrestleMania, she's going to have to defeat not one, but two difficult opponents inside Hell in a Cell. And she's got a point to prove tonight. But so does Precious Silver. She's lost a lot of matches this season. And so does Danielle Wallace, who was our highest performer last season, but hasn't really done anything this season. People are talking about the main event already. That epic clash between Jackson Smooth and Kyle Slickman. Two undeniable legends of the channel doing battle for the men's title. But first, we're going to see if Trixie Gambit can come out victorious against two lower level jobbers. And we can see that this was a long match. A long old match with all three stars putting their bodies on the line. Absolutely drained, battered and bruised. And they've all put in the work for the fans at Backlash. A surprisingly good match, the fans said. No one was expecting this to be so good. But it was. But who would walk away with the victory? And who... and what would the match be rated? Well, as we see there, Danielle Wallace actually walked away with the victory, and she pinned Trixie Gambit no less. Precious Silver couldn't get there to break it up in time, and Trixie unsuccessful in her return. Danielle Wallace staking a claim, putting her own name in the picture maybe. She's not that popular, so it's not that likely, but there's going to be some people talking of a future title shot. What a performance that was. But what would the match be rated? Trixie fell off. And so did Penelope, really. I think they both fell off after their highs. But the match delivers a 4.5 star classic. What a result for us to continue our good show. We have just 2 matches remaining in Backlash. Jody Garcia steps up to do some advertising for us. We're grateful for your service, Jody. She gets us $2,500, which isn't really anything, but never mind. Thank you for trying, Jody. Then we have a GM interference boosted with the Coast to Coast card that we applied last week. And we actually have Tyler Breeze helping Maya T. Kirk against Sammy George. Maya has not been able to buy a victory this season, and Sammy has been unstoppable. Will Sammy George be able to get the better of Maya T. Kirk, even with Tyler Breeze helping her out? No. And it's just a 3-star match, but that's okay. It's not the best match, but the drama curve is going to be met, and that gives us some good show variety, some show bonuses as well. And look at Jerry Hattrick here. What a man. He can't get into the main event. He's fully out of the title picture, on the world title at least, the NXT title. But even then, he's willing to go on the mic and raise money for charity right before his rival, Kyle Slickman, and his stablemate, Jackson Smooth from GOAT Season, do battle. That's why Jerry's loved by fans all around the world. He can take his own emotions out of things. Someone said Penelope didn't win because it wasn't a PLE. It is a PLE. It's Backlash. But it is time for the big one. Jackson Smooth getting his first ever title match. Called out by Kyle Slickman because of Jackson's friendship with Jerry Hattrick. And it's a submission match. It's all going to come down to who taps out. Who is going to give up? Who is going to make the other person surrender? from a selfish perspective, I need this match to be at least 4 stars as a minimum, just to give us the best chances in our challenge. But Kyle looks calm and composed as he makes his way to the ring. And Jackson also looks calm and composed in there. They are both wearing sunglasses, so it's a little bit hard to see through their steely poker faces. And Kyle Slickman is blocking out the boos from the fans with his security headset, as always. But this is it. Who is going to win? Jackson Smooth, Kyle Slickman, submission match for the World NXT Championship. People are saying, let's go Jackson. It's smoothie time. Everyone in chat cheering on Jackson Smooth. And he takes it to Kyle Slickman straight away. There's got to be some Kyle fans out there, surely. There's got to be people out there that know the roots of the channel, that want to see Kyle Slickman go over here. But it's easy to see why people would be cheering on Jackson as well. Thanks to everyone clicking the subscribe button as well, by the way. I do see you, the notifications coming through. It's much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then do click subscribe. It helps us out a lot, in fact. The loser of this one pays the hospital bills, apparently. What, Jackson Smooth's hospital bills from his surgeries and all of that he had going on in the past? It is crazy to see the comeback arc that Jackson Smooth has been on. From hospital bed to potentially King of NXT, but he's got a big opposition to overcome here in Kyle Slickman. Kyle, the champion, the Jobbers World Cup champion as well, a multi-time champion, a tag team champion, a man that has done battle for multiple seasons and has single-handedly carried us through some of our challenges. This is not any normal opponent for Jackson Smooth. It's Kyle Slickman. And we can see that Jackson is taking a beating. It's Kyle who's doing a lot of damage to Jackson Smooth. Oh my god, the knee to the face. And Kyle goes for the submission, but he doesn't get it. And the two continue to do battle. And they make their way out of the ring as well. And Jackson's just getting beaten up out there. What's Kyle grabbing? It's a chair. Is he going to hit Jackson Smooth with it? Oh, no. It's a good job those legs were replacement legs made out of metal. And it deflects the chair. And Jackson turns it around. Finally, getting a little bit of momentum in this match. What is smoother? Special Chaos in chat. Is it Kyle Slickman's head or Jackson Smooth? I think Jackson Smooth is smoother than anything that humans can comprehend. But look at this. What's going on here? Kyle's trying to make Jackson submit on the walk-in ramp, the entrance ramp. But Jackson gets the elbows away. And we've got some special director's cut cameras for this one, as the two do battle in front of all of the fans. And it's Jackson who starts to take an edge. Is someone going to be made to submit outside the ring? Are they going to go backstage? Jackson taunts Kyle and shows off and stamps on his face for good measure. The fans are absolutely loving this, and they're desperate for a Jackson Smooth victory. And he sends Kyle Slickman back into the ring. Is he going to make him submit in here? No. Kyle flips back onto his feet. No. Jackson Smooth. It's Disco Fever. Oh my word. What a hit. What's Jackson going to do now? Oh, that looks painful. Is he going to make Kyle submit? Is it? It's over. It's over. Kyle submitted. And Jackson Smooth becomes the champion for the first time ever. What a comeback story. From zero to hero, Jackson Smooth, and he's pulling out the disco moves. And it's a 4.5 star classic. What a result. What a result for Jackson Smooth. What a result for NXT. And that ends a phenomenal week for us. And as fans start to party long into the night, I wait to find out the results and the leaderboard scores for the first time in a few weeks. Hopefully we did enough to beat SmackDown this week. We had 5 different match types in there. We had a GM interference with a coast-to-coast card applied. We had different promos and a good week overall. We absolutely smashed some of those matches. But let's see how things are going. We get the amazing booking as expected. A night where new champions were made. And we gain 161,000 fans. We see that Trixie Gambit is a Hell in a Cell specialist. We gain $75,000 in profit, which is really important. Definitely important for our challenge that we still increase the budget. And SmackDown gained just 113,000. What are they doing there? NXT 2.0 gaining 74,000. What are you doing? And let's check in with the leaderboard. So we can see here, for the first time in a few weeks, in our quest to win by 500,000 fans, we currently lead week 15 by 149,000. So we had some really bad weeks earlier on, and we've started to turn things around again. For those of you that have seen the CAW, the Core Challenge, we know that things can change massively in the last few weeks, especially at WrestleMania. But we still need to extend the lead by 351,000 fans, which is going to be tough. But I think we can do it. I really do think we can do it. Our finances should just about be in order. We've overcome our adversity, in my opinion. It's time to try and win this thing. We're going to fly through a few weeks here. Week 16. And look who it is. Cora Cut. And she's demanding $241,000. And she's injured for 5 weeks. She's not a champion anymore. She's injured for 5 weeks. And she wants $241,000. I'm sorry to say it. But we have another star appearing on our Wall of Greed. Cora Cut. Now alongside Chuck McWagon, Stacked McSlacks, and John the Fish Herman. And she leaves the company. We have Ali Brawler, who's delighted to have been put on in the PLE. Cora was cut indeed. And Sammy George is furious that we had Tyler Breeze interfere against her, and she says, we'll see how funny it is when time comes to renegotiate her contract. Oh, no. Not more potential contract issues. I hope not. But as I say, we're going to try and fly through a few weeks here. So we start this week with Dante Roberts against Triton, against Adrian Williams. And this was a long one. But the winner was Triton again. And it's a 4-star amazing match that grows his rivalry with Dante Roberts to level 3. We then have Bobby Marquis trying to call out Cash Suplex again and failing again. Bobby, call it a day, mate. Just leave it. Cash does not want to beef with you. We then have Sammy George, and this time, in a shock to everyone, Tyler Breeze interferes on Sammy George's behalf against Penelope. There were all kinds of rumours about Penelope and Tyler Breeze earlier this season, but now look, Tyler attacking Penelope, tripping her over, and Sammy George takes the victory in a 3-star match. And Sammy George is on fire this season, to be honest. But look what happens in the next match. Kyle Slickman waits for his new opponent. His rivalry is over with Jackson Smooth. Who is Kyle going to be facing? Oh, he can't believe the sound of that. Surely not. It's Broderick. Oh my word. Signed from SmackDown. Kyle cannot believe what he's seeing. The man that pinned him at WrestleMania to ruin his partnership with Jerry Hattrick, to ruin their entire relationship, to ruin Jerry Hattrick's career potentially. It's Broderick. And he's going to be facing Kyle Slickman tonight. And Kyle cannot believe it. He looks shocked. He looks absolutely terrified. He doesn't look like himself in the ring. And he can't get anything going at all. Broderick throwing Kyle Slickman around. Is Kyle just dejected from last week? Or is he going to struggle to fight his former demons as well as Broderick? Kyle is going to have to do something special to recover here. He looks lost at sea. And Broderick is setting multiple tables up. Kyle reverses. No. Broderick gets him back. And he's winded Kyle. And he sets him up on the table. This looks over. This looks over, surely. Is Kyle going to lose in back-to-back weeks? He is. He loses to Jackson Smooth and then loses to the returning Broderick. And is Kyle going to start a rivalry with Broderick as a result of that? Broderick showing the star power that he had from last season, defeating Kyle Slickman. Celebrating for a long time. And starts a rivalry. A 3.5-star match, which is pretty good. And they grow a rivalry as well. So Broderick and Kyle Slickman will be doing battle again in future weeks. In the next match, we have Silence and Jerry Hattrick doing battle again in a TLC match. Money in the Bank. Is Jerry going to be able to get the money? No. Just in time. Silence is there. But Jerry's there just in time as well, and he absolutely slams Silence off the ladder. Is Silence finally going to be able to defeat Jerry? Hat-trick. This one is looking like a rivalry that will be settled at our next PLE. I can't remember what our next PLE is. What is it? We had Backlash, we've had SummerSlam, we've had Hell in a Cell. What am I missing? What's the other PLE that we're working towards? Survivor Series. Is it Survivor Series? Yeah, it's got to be. I'm thinking that these two are going to finish their rivalry at Survivor Series. Is Silence going to get a victory over Jerry Hat-trick before then? No. Jerry Hat-trick does it again. On a winning streak now. 4 wins in a row, all against Silence. And it's a 4-star amazing match. It was a tough week for us with very few rivalries, but we managed to get through that week in pretty good shape, I would say. And we go into week 17. Penelope now furious with us for interfering on Sammy George's behalf. We're going to have to try and appease her, make her happier again in a future week. And Dante wants to face someone other than Triton for a change. And I decide to agree. And once again, I've just got to hope that I don't forget that promise. So what's our card going to be this week? Well, we have to rely on a few filler matches at the minute. We're building towards something big. And we actually have our tag team champions, Ali Brawler and Trixie Gambit, facing Penelope Perfect and Jody Garcia. Ali Brawler and Trixie Gambit. Trixie Gambit, I'm messing up my jobbers there. Ali Brawler and Trixie Gambit, I think, are undefeated in tag team matches this season. They've looked absolutely phenomenal. And surely Penelope could get a better teammate than Jody Garcia, who did a recent face turn. She had a role change. She's turned into a good girl, which I think suits her a bit better. But I'm not sure that they're going to do enough to get victory. And they don't. Ali Brawler and Trixie Gambit go over yet again. But now they're beefing with Penelope and Jody Garcia. Hell to Pay once again claiming victory. And making a pretty easy job of it as well, if I do say so. It was a title match. The belts were on the line, so you can say that I've discredited Penelope, but she just had a title match. She had a chance to win the belts, unfortunately couldn't come out on top. But look at our next match. Stacked McSlacks returning to NXT. He's left the Saudi Wrestling League and he's back. No one saw this coming unless you looked at my screen about 10 seconds ago and saw the match on my screen. This is crazy. Stacked McSlacks, one of the greediest men in NXT history, is back. And who is he going to be facing? Who is it going to be? Stacked McSlacks against John the Fish Herman. He's back as well. I can't believe it. Stacked versus John. 2 greedy boys who went off to wrestle in Saudi Arabia, earned millions of dollars, but they're back at NXT. I can't believe it. I don't even know if I want either of them to win this match. What a disgusting match indeed. Exactly. Two mercenaries doing battle. And it's John the Fish Herman that wins. But there's no rivalry. And it's just a 2.5 star match. The fans can't believe it. They don't know what to think. Stacked against John. I don't believe it. We then have Jerry Hattrick against Silence. And this time, Tyler Breeze interferes on Silence's behalf, and Silence claims victory over Jerry Hattrick. That does not feel fair. But then again, we used a fixed match card in Jerry's favour earlier. We've now had Tyler Breeze interfering on Silence's behalf. It's now a level 3 rivalry, and Silence has finally claimed a victory against Jerry Hattrick. We've had Kyle calling out Broderick as well, saying that wasn't him that faced off last week. It wasn't really him. And in the main event, we have Eddie Pop and Dante Roberts once again teaming up to take on Money Hungry. Why did I turn Breezus heel? Who's Breezus? Who's Breezus? I don't know these references. Oh, Tyler Breeze, of course. I'm thinking of my jobbers, and you're all giving all these nicknames to people, and I'm thinking, which one of the jobbers is Breezus? Okay, a steel cage match to finish this week, and it's Money Hungry or Sweat Money Inc. as chat is rebranding them against Booze Cruise. The heel cruisers that have teamed up yet again to form a staggering partnership that claimed victory last week, and it's Booze Cruise against, I guess, Sweat Money Inc. I might just go with Money Hungry. I don't want to get sued or anything. We have got a rogue GM. Tyler Breeze is just attacking everyone. He just wants to be star of the show, I think. But in this steel cage match, it's going to be a race out of it. And Jerry Sweat has already escaped the cage and is celebrating out there, taunting. But he's left his teammate in there, Cash Suplex. And Booze Cruise might just get away with this. They might just both escape and claim victory. Is Cash going to stop them in time? It looks like he might get to Eddie Pop just before he escapes. But he's missing him. No, he's got him. Dante escapes, and just Cash and Eddie Pop remain in the cage. And Cash Suplex, who this week was interviewed by none other than Oprah. That's right. On the TV this week, Cash Suplex was interviewed by Oprah, and the fans are really rooting for him because in that interview with Oprah, he opened up about his financial difficulties. He was extremely honest about the difficulties he's been facing financially and in life. And it was heartbreaking, honestly. And the fans are rooting for Cash Suplex as a result. Eddie Pop is a man that's mocked him publicly for his financial struggles before. and his teammate Eddie Pott is not going to let Cash Suplex get the sympathy vote, and he's going to go for the victory. But just a moment later, Cash Suplex does what is needed. He escapes the steel cage, and Money Hungry claim victory. The tag team champions getting revenge for last week and setting this rivalry up nicely for the upcoming PLE that, again, I've forgotten which PLE it is that's coming up. Survivor Series? I'm just going to say Survivor Series now and hope that we haven't already had that one. And it's a 3.5-star main event. Cash goes over indeed. He deserved that. And what are the results going to be? Where does that leave us in the standings? Well, we are now 179,000 fans ahead of SmackDown, which are actually in third place, but we're a long way ahead of Raw. We're a long way ahead of NXT 2.0. It's only SmackDown we care about pretty much at this point. And we've got to try and beat him by 500,000. We're 179,000 fans ahead, and there's 7 or 8 weeks to go. We move into week 18 now. Money Hungry need a shot at the tag titles. They're the tag team holders. They already have the belt. And Stacked McSlacks comes into my inbox after rejoining in a shock move. And what does he say? NXT is making waves and I'm at the forefront of it all. This is amazing. Through the ups and downs, I've never been on this kind of role before in my career. What a snake. What a snake. He demands all our money. He leaves. He comes back. And then he says, look how good I am. Look how well I'm doing. You scum to me, Stacked McSlacks. Scum. And what does he say now? He wants a $50,000 bonus. Are you joking? You've been back 1 week and you want $50,000. What is this man on? What planet does he live on? There's absolutely no way I'm giving him a bonus. And now he's angry about it. A major decrease to Stack's morale. He's just upset about the Saudi deal not going through. That could be true. And John the Fish Herman, is he going to be greedy as well? No. He's been talking with Broderick a lot lately. And he wants to team up in a tag team. Now, John the Fish Herman, I've got a little bit more respect for him. He tried to go to the Saudi Wrestling League, but he was back just a week or so later. He's not demanded more money. Everyone makes mistakes. Can we forgive John the Fish Herman? Do we give him that match with Broderick? What do we do? I'm not sure. But we have some rivalries heating up now. We have that Money Hungry against Booze Cruise tag rivalry. We've got Jerry Hattrick and Silence. We've got Kyle Slickman and Broderick. And we've got Triton and Dante Roberts as well. There's a lot of big rivalries as we move towards Survivor Series. But in our first match of this evening, we have Danielle. Nope, that's not Danielle. That's Sammy George. Sammy George taking on Penelope Perfect. And by the way, I've ran out of all my notes now, so I'm pretty going off. I'm going off the top. Actually, I should have some other notes. Let me find them. But Sammy George, who's been on fire this season, takes on Penelope Perfect here, who has definitely not been on fire. Let's just say that. She's been on a downward spiral. Amila says, I love your videos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I still can't believe that people watch them. We're really grateful. Banana Boy, thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go and get myself a drink, so just enjoy a bit of Sammy George against Penelope Perfect or Danielle against The Darkness. The Penelope peasants are cheering Penelope along. Is she finally going to be able to get another victory? We need another faction. Well, that's the thing. GOAT season are still going. Cora Cut left the company, but Jerry Hattrick, Jackson Smooth, and Penelope are still going strong in GOAT season. And what a flip to get out of that. This is going to be a really tough match for Penelope to get a victory in. But she does get it. She claims the victory against Hell to Pay's Sammy George, who's been on fire this season. That's a surprise victory, I would say, just based on the form. Sammy just winning non-stop, Penelope losing non-stop. But Penelope gets the victory. She pins Sammy George and claims the win. And the Penelope peasants go wild. And in the next match, we do see John the Fish Herman getting his request granted to team up with Broderick. And he takes on an unlikely tag team of Kyle Slickman and Adrian Williams. That is a strange one. Even I have to say that that's a strange one. You could say that it's just to keep their popularity going and to get them involved. But we do have Kyle against Broderick in these either side of this tag team match. Kyle and Broderick are beefing in singles. They've got a feud going. Is Kyle going to be able to rid himself of some of those demons of Broderick to be able to take him down in a tag team match? Well, he goes for the pin on John the Fish Herman, and he gets it. Kyle Slickman and Adrian Williams come out victorious, and Kyle proves that he can beat Broderick. That really puts a cat amongst the pigeons. He's not down and out. He's Kyle Slickman, and every time he gets knocked down, he's going to come back and put up a fight. It's just a 2.5 star match, but I think that one was more than that. It was more than the match result. It was about Kyle showing what he can do. In the next match, we have Jerry Sweat, a fan favourite, and the exact opposite of a fan favourite in Stacked McSlacks, the baddest boy of NXT, the man that fans love to hate. The greediest man in wrestling, perhaps. And I don't think I'm wrong in saying that I think Jerry Sweat is going to be on everyone's mind. Everyone is going to want Jerry Sweat to come out with a victory here. But Stacked is evil. Don't tell me he's going to jump off that. No. Even Stacked knows better. You can't jump onto a man with that much padding. But he's made to pay for his indecision as Jerry Sweat starts to take advantage. But Stacked. What's going on? No, Jerry's got the edge. And there's a table right next to them. But Jerry's not interested yet. Who's going to claim victory in this one? I don't even know what match type it is. Is it a tables match? It is a tables match. And it's Jerry Sweat that claims victory again. Beating Stacked McSlacks, slamming him through the table. And the fans are getting what they want right now. And then Jerry Hattrick takes to the mic and calls out silence, saying that he can't beat him without cheating. He can't beat him without Tyler Breeze interfering. And he wants to put his title on the line against Silence one last time. The next time they face will be the last time that Jerry is willing to share a ring with Silence. They've done battle multiple times, but the next one will be the final time. And Jerry's belt will be on the line. Who will come out victorious in their final battle? Jerry versus Silence. That'll be at the next Premium Live Event Survivor Series in just 2 weeks' time. In our main event, we have Triton, Dante Roberts, and our champion, Jackson Smooth, in a triple threat match. And Jackson's so strong, he tries to punch both of them in the same punch. He really is my hero. And Triton and Dante Roberts have a pretty big rivalry going. And they've been thrown in with Jackson Smooth here. Is Jackson going to be able to keep hold of his title until the end of the year? Is Jackson going to finish WrestleMania as our champion? Well, there's a long way to go before that, but he's put himself in prime position to be able to do that, that's for sure. He's not even got a rivalry as we go towards Survivor Series. So it seems unlikely that his belt will even be on the line until WrestleMania. That's not a guarantee, but it certainly seems likely that Jackson will be going into WrestleMania as our champion. But there could be other twists and turns before we get to that. And in that main event, it was actually Dante Roberts that claimed the victory. He beat Jackson Smooth. He beat Triton. He's been losing to him a lot. And it's actually a 4.5 star classic match. Wasn't a title match, but that is a big result for Dante and a big result for the challenge as well. Where are we in the fan standings? Well, we move ahead to 100 and... what does my math say? 188,000 ahead. Is this pre-recorded? Asks Kaiden Plays in the chat. The answer is yes. It's pre-recorded, but the stream is live at least. Week 19. 1 week before Survivor Series. And we've got a contract renewal. Kyle Slickman wants $69,000. What a lovely amount to request, Kyle. That is a very, very generous request. And we are more than happy to grant Kyle Slickman $69,000. He has 98 popularity and only wants $69,000. There's no way we're firing him. Especially as he's got a big rivalry with Broderick. That's That's one that we need to see come to a conclusion. And John the Fish Herman tells me that him and Broderick actually hit it off as a team. And Stacked McSlacks then tells me he's had enough crap and working at NXT has been a complete joke. Sorry, Stacked. Am I imagining things? Did we not already sack you? He requested $300,000, God knows how much. He then rejoined us and had 1 week before asking for $50,000. And when we turn that down, he then comes back next week and asks for $100,000. What planet is this man from? I don't even know whether I pay it just through... I've kind of respected a little bit. The sheer nerve. Get him out of here, says Faked. Don't sign him again, says Caden. I don't know. Do I pay it? Do I pay it? Did I pay it? Oh my God, I paid it. Why did I pay it? What's wrong with me? Why did I pay that? Former me. Why did I pay that? Why would I give him that money? I respect it. I respect the hustle. And and we give him a new deal. Oh, you can hear the cat. Coco, they can hear you. She's very vocal. Week 19. We're going to have some big weeks coming up. And that's why we kept Stacked McSlacks. We need every person we have on our roster. We need their popularity. We need their rivalries. We need to throw everything we have at claiming victory. And we start by applying some power cards to SmackDown. Kurt Angle. We veto his most popular superstar from appearing in next week's show. But what is our final show before Survivor Series going to look like? Well, in a shock start to the show, in a title match, Hell to Pay lose their tag team title. Ali Brawler and Trixie Gambit go down, and Penelope Perfect and Jody Garcia become tag team champions out of nowhere. In an Extreme Rules match. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? New tag team champions, and they lose for the first time this season as a tag team. We then have another interesting tag team match. You're not going to believe this. Broderick has teamed up with Jackson Smooth. Two of the biggest face wrestlers in NXT right now have teamed up, and they're taking on Kyle and his new teammate, Adrian Williams. And Jackson's rivalry with Kyle might be over, but you can see there's still hatred there. And he's taking it to Kyle Slickman right now. And roars. That's the Jackson Smooth we know and love. But Adrian Williams is looking pretty good on Kyle's team. Dante and Triton feud seems like the longest feud. Yeah, it absolutely is. It's been going on for a long time. And Kyle back in the ring with Broderick. They're singles rivals. Doing battle in a tag team match again. It's Survivor Series next week. Their rivalry's only just heating up, so it looks like theirs won't be settled until WrestleMania. But they're keeping themselves going via the tag team circuit. But is Jackson, Smooth, and Broderick, two of the biggest stars of the roster, are they going to be able to come away with a victory as a team? Kyle, that's your teammate being pinned. Oh, yeah, I was going to help, I swear. Nice try, Kyle. We skip ahead quite a bit. This is a really long one. But we see that Jackson, Smooth, and Broderick walked away with the victory. How did it happen? Well, Jackson Smooth rolled up Adrian Williams and got the pin. Kyle was too late. And that's a classy victory for Jackson Smooth and Broderick, teaming up together for the first time. Is Kyle now Adrian's mentor? Potentially. And what was the match result? Just a 2.5 stars. Not ideal, but we're struggling with rivalries at the minute. We just don't have that many big stories as we go into our penultimate PLE. I think WrestleMania is going to be absolutely massive. But before that, we've got some tricky weeks to get through, and this PLE might be our toughest of the season, honestly. Adrian and Kyle go to the same gym. Yeah, I think they're both trained as security guards together as well. I think they came from the same security company. I think Adrian did work experience there, if I remember rightly. So in our next match, we have our tag team champs, and they're taking on in a tornado tag match, I think. Is it? Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know what type of match it is. Is it a normal tag match? Extreme Rules? Who knows? Whatever type of match it is. It's our tag team champs, Money Hungry. Wait. No, it's not. It's a Fatal 4-Way. Of course it is. It's a Fatal 4-Way. Wait, what are Money Hungry doing in a Fatal 4-Way? You can see that they don't want to do anything to each other, though. They're not attacking each other. Oh, okay, we'll skip that ahead. Why are they in a Fatal 4-Way? Let's just pretend this didn't happen. This never happened. And Bobby Marquis claims victory in the most bizarre match we've ever seen. And I don't remember booking this one. And we're just going to pretend that it didn't happen. 3-star match. Nice. And in our main event, looking to advance their rivalry before next week, Triton and Dante Roberts. This rivalry has been going on for a long, long time. And the rivalry does advance to level 4, so it will finally come to an end at Survivor Series next week. It's a 4-star main event. And what a strange week that was. We just got to hope that we didn't do too bad. We gained 47,300 fans. And overall, things aren't too bad. We move to 199,000 fans ahead with 6 weeks of the season left to go. Have Triton and Dante feuded since the very start of NXT? I feel like Dante and Cash had a rivalry at the start, from memory. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I feel like they did. I think they knew each other in nursery, though. They're in kindergarten, I believe you Americans would call it. We see Kurt Angle starting our Survivor Series week by taking action against me in revenge. He applies a limited stock power card to double the cost of our power cards. And Mick Foley decides to do the same thing. Mick, that's not going to do anything. We've already had that done to us, thank you. You're too late, Mick. Our rivalry is done here, pal. We're feuding with Kyle. With Kyle? With Kurt. We've got some more contract renewals to get through. I thought these were done and dusted. We've got Maya T. Kirk. She wants 37,000. I can see Cash Suplex. He's a tag team champion. Is Cash going to be hit with the tag team curse? And is he going to ask for too much money? Are we going to have to let Cash Suplex go right before the end of the season? That would be heartbreaking. How much is he going to ask for? Is he even going to ask for a contract renewal? He is. But he asks for 65,000. Thank you, Cash. He's willing to take a lower amount. His financial struggles are that bad that he's willing to take lower amounts. And he asks for a respectable amount. We respect that a lot. Thank you, Cash. And Broderick's contract's up as well. We renew Broderick's contract as well. And Ali Brawler. What's Ali going to ask for? Just 55,000. I think it's it. I think we officially made it through the financial storm. Finally, we no longer need to worry about all these issues. Trixie wants a rematch against Jody and Penelope. She wants a shot at the women's tag team title again. And I agree to it. I don't know if we'll actually put that match on. Who knows? And Silence wants a shot at the title. I say no. Even though he's going to face Jerry Hattrick for the title this week. Just because, I don't know, does he mean like the main one? I never really know how it works with the title requests. But either way, I said no. And he is actually going to get a title shot this week against Jerry Hattrick. They're going to settle their rivalry. But who is going to come out? Who is going to finish that rivalry on top? Is it going to be the Jerry Hattrick redemption arc? Or is it going to be the start of Silence? Is Ali still champion? Yes, Ali is still champion, but she has lost her tag team belt. And we can see that we're piecing together our card. We have Jerry versus Silence in Hell in a Cell in the main event. We also have Money Hungry putting their tag team title on the line. We have Trixie and Ali again doing battle for the female tag team title. And it looks to me like Jackson Smooth is putting the world title on the line potentially. Surely not. Surely he's not putting the world title on the line in a fatal four-way like that looked. So we start the evening with our women's tag team title match. And hell to pay. Recapture the titles in a 5-star legendary match. What a start to our show. It was just a level 2 rivalry, now advancing to level 3. But that's big. Ali Brawler becomes a 2-belt champion again. And we move into, finally, the end of the rivalry between Dante and Triton. Thanks for checking in, Max. Much appreciated. Hope you have a good day. Or night, whatever time it is where you are. Who is going to get the victory between Triton and Dante? It's a last man standing match. It's a battle of size against strength. And is Dante going to be counted out here? Is Triton going to finish the rivalry? No! Dante gets up on 9. But eventually, Triton does get the win. And he finishes that rivalry as king, much like his crown suggests. Next up we have, these are still feuding. This is another rivalry that's been going for a hell of a long time. Precious Silver, Maya T. Kirk, Sammy George, and Danielle Wallace. No one really cares about these, right? Let's just skip ahead. And finally, our main event. Jerry Hattrick with his title on the line. Silence looking to become the next star of the brand, and Jerry looking to recover his legacy. If he loses here, I think it's safe to say he has lost everything. He'd have lost all his belts. He'd have lost all respect. And there would be no way back for Jerry after this. Silence, on the other hand, this is his last chance as well. His season probably goes nowhere if he loses this. But if he picks up this belt, he's going to put himself in an amazing position to make a charge towards WrestleMania and potentially even get a world title shot. It's Hell in a Cell. Jerry Hattrick against Silence. But who is going to win? Well, let's skip it ahead and we'll watch through some of this as Silence is on top of the cell and Jerry makes his way up to the top as well. And Jerry hits him while he's taunting. The fans are wearing their GOAT season t-shirts right now. And Jerry shows his appreciation to them for showing their support. And Silence is trying the face paint remover on Jerry. And Jerry's trying to tap. Jerry, you can't do that in this match type. It doesn't count. Jackson is still champion right now, yes, but his belt might be on the line. Wait, did I put his belt on the line? No, we didn't do it in the end. We changed our mind. Wait. No, we missed a match. We missed a match. We missed a match. We missed a match. Let's just quickly skip back. Don't worry about it. Jackson won. Jackson retained his belt. Don't you worry. And then we skip back forward again. Nothing happened. Nothing was weird. We didn't miss that. Jerry was still against Silence this entire time. Don't you worry. Was it fixed? It probably was fixed. I think I probably fixed it in Jackson's favour there. But it looks like Jackson is going to be our champion all the way up to WrestleMania. So he's only probably going to need one more title defense to finish the season as our champion. And that would be amazing for GOAT season. I think even Jerry would appreciate that. Oh my God, he's dropped Silence off the side of the cell. Oh my word. Jerry Hattrick, what have you just done to that poor mime? A crushing blow for Silence. Jerry, why are you going back up on top of the set? Can we just get this match finished, please? Oh, Jerry wins. Whoops. Did he slam? what happened? He waited for him to climb up and did the usual slamming him through. Let's watch it. We just saw Jerry win. I'm not very good at this, I'm afraid. You can see why we prefer the edited videos. Or maybe I should just play through on a live show. Oh no, he didn't slam him through. He fell through the open gap. Does Jerry just pin him? He does. He just falls through and Jerry just pins him. Let's watch that again. Silence trips over, then falls through the gap, and Jerry just casually drops in. He's like, "Oh, all right. I guess I'll pin you then, and probably just retain my belt, I guess." And he does. He claims victory, and is that the spark Jerry needed? You can't deny that he's had the edge over Silence. He's beat him in almost every match. Silence has only beaten him when he's had a GM interference on his side. He got just baited. And it's a 5-star legendary match to complete the rivalry. But where does Jerry Hat-Trick go now? I think it's safe to say Silence's season is pretty much over. But where does Jerry's season go now? Can he redeem himself? Is he going to be on the redemption trail himself and try and finish the season in spectacular fashion? It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. In week 21, we see Kurt Angle applying another power card to us. And you can see how back and forth our rivalry was. I forgot to check in with the scores there for a second. Do we care? Should I look at the scores? Do we want a score update, or should we wait until after this week? What? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you want a score update now, or if we should just wait until after this week. I don't even know if anyone really cares about the challenge, to be honest. It's more about the story of the jobbers. Oh, you do want a score update. Ganesh wants a score update, so score update we will get. And Gray also wants one, so yeah. Okay, score update it is. So, score update to end... Oh, to... do I have the scores? Oh, maybe I don't even have the scores. Oh, yeah, I do. It's just that my recording is really bugging. There we go. Okay, so the score update is that we end week 20. 280,000 fans ahead of SmackDown. So on our goal to win by 500,000 fans, we're 280,000 fans ahead with 5 weeks, one of which is WrestleMania. So this is definitely possible. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. And that is all we really care about. It is absolutely still achievable. So let's move ahead to week 21. I think things are going to start heating up a lot now. That was a tricky 5-week stretch for us, but now we've got through all our money troubles. Adrian Williams wants a new contract, and he just wants 34k, so we can see the contracts are nice and easy to deal with now. Kurt Angle's hit us with a double cost card, which is a little bit annoying, but we're okay for money. Trixie thanks us for the title rematch, and Trixie and Ali did reclaim the women's tag belt. And then, this is kind of funny. Stacked McSlack says, "You've seen the work I've been putting in." No, Stacked, all I've seen is you coming to me and asking me for money non-stop. And now he wants a main event match. And I know the fans will be excited for it. What do I say? Do I agree to give Stacked McSlacks a main event match? I mean, he's kind of like a big deal. I'm going to do it. Everyone hates him. But the fact is, he gets people talking. Everyone loves to watch Stacked McSlacks in the hope that he loses. He brings the fans in. He draws their attention. And he's got this rivalry with Jerry Sweat now. And fans are going to be cheering Jerry along. Did Mick Foley attack 2 of our superstars again? Yeah, Mick Foley did do that earlier on this season. He injured Ali Brawler, Jody Garcia, and who else did he injure? Was it Adrian Williams and John the Fish Herman, I think? I bend too much for McSlacks. What can I say? I'm a content man. Sorry, I'm just checking some things on my computer real quick, and then I will get back into the action. Okay, right. Week 21. And look what's happening here. A role change promo. How is he going to do it? I'm excited to see what happens. In our opener, we have a big one. Kyle Slickman, Broderick, and Jackson Smooth. Was it a title match? I can't remember. It's not a title match, but that doesn't matter. Jackson Smooth facing Kyle and Broderick. And Jerry is watching on. He's watching his GOAT season teammate try to beat Kyle and Broderick in a Money in the Bank match. And who is going to come out victorious? Is Jackson Smooth going to be able to show them that he is the boss of NXT? Or are people going to start having doubts? Jackson did retain his belt last week, so he's shown he can do it in a fatal 4-way. Can he do it in this triple threat match against 2 pretty big stars in Kyle Slickman and Broderick? Well, as we skip ahead and see the result, we see that Broderick was actually able to claim victory. His rivalry with Kyle Slickman grows as a result. That's now a level 3 rivalry between Kyle and Broderick. It's a 4.5-star classic match. And Jackson actually loses, although he doesn't lose his belt, which is good. But then, as Jackson makes his way backstage, Jerry Hattrick attacks him. He attacks his own teammate, his own stablemate, Jackson Smooth. And Jerry Hattrick turns heel again. Some fans are shocked. Other fans called it in chat. But Jerry Hattrick attacks Jackson Smooth. And GOAT season has officially crumbled. Cora and Penelope turned on each other. And now Jerry and Jackson have turned on each other. And Jerry, blaming his face turn for his poor season so far, turns back heel and claims that that is the secret to his success. He needs to be heel. And if he's a heel, he will be able to see victories. Wait a second, Cora Cutt's back. What's Cora Cutt doing here? And she's beaten Ali Brawler. Where has Cora Cutt come from? I don't remember this happening. Cora Cutt is back and she's beaten our women's champ Ali Brawler. And they've got a level 2 rivalry. And Sammy George and Penelope Perfect both also have a level 2 rivalry. This is crazy. This is all heating up massively in time for WrestleMania. Next up, We have two jobbers, Jody Garcia and Danielle Wallace. They're just here to make up the numbers. This should guarantee that our drama curve is pretty good. But I can't see this one being a good match, to be honest. And Jody Garcia claims the win in a 2-star match. It's just a mediocre match, but Jody Garcia, she's got a pretty good record, I would say. She got hit by Mick Foley early in the season, and now, well, even all season long, really, she has actually put in good results. She just hasn't really managed to have good rivalries going. It's been really tricky for her, but now she might have one with Danielle Wallace right at the end of the season. They're a level 2 rivalry. Eddie Pop does some advertising. We're still looking to bring in some money. And our main event this evening is Stacked McSlacks against Jerry Sweat. It's a level 2 rivalry. These two are going to be beefing all the way up to WrestleMania. And it's Stacked that once again claims a victory that the fans hate to see. They hate to see it. How does he keep doing it? Stacked McSlacks, time and time again, claiming victories despite the fact that the fans are booing non-stop all through his match. The boos, the chants, they're relentless, but he does not listen. And it's a 4.5-star classic match. And that is why we keep Stacked McSlacks on the brand. We don't like to see him, but he delivers performances and he makes the fans turn up as well. And it helps us end a pretty good week. It's an amazing booking. We get a 4.5-star opener, a 4.5-star main event. We've had Jerry Hattrick turning heel again. We've met the drama curve. And we've had rivalries building all over the place. And we finish week 21 with a lead of 307,000 fans. It is still possible. We can still do this. Week 22. Ali Brawler wants to know why there was a GM interference. Oh, wait, is that what happened? Did Tyler Breeze interfere and make Cora Cut win? So he re-signed Cora Cut to the brand and then teamed up with her to beat Ali Brawler. So that's why Ali lost. That makes sense. But now she's going to be pretty pissed. And Stacked McSlacks, he does not get out of my inbox, does it? This man just lives in my inbox. And he wants a GM interference on his side in the next 3 weeks. But I turn it down. I can't give in to all of his demands. And I say, no, you know what? I've given in to everything you've previously asked for, I think. I ain't giving you that. I'm not teaming up with you, Stacked. I hate you. I hate your guts. And there's just zero chance that we're appearing in a ring ever again. And look at that call out we're booking. Jerry Hattrick calling out Jackson Smooth. His former teammate, Jerry, calling out Jackson. Title holder against title holder. Is that rivalry going to develop, though? We start this week with Penelope Perfect and Sammy George in a TLC match. This rivalry has been heating up for a few weeks. And now they're facing in a TLC match. That is pretty big. We're managing to put on some big matches. Just at the right time of the season, really. With 307,000 fans ahead with a few weeks left, we need to be putting matches on like this. And we can see there that Sammy George once again claims a massive victory, taking down the briefcase and beating Penelope Perfect in a 4.5-star classic match. They've now got a level 3 rivalry. A burning hatred for each other. And Sammy George just can't stop winning. The Hell to Pay member. Hell to Pay have been an absolute force to be reckoned with this season. And we see it. Jerry hat-trick after turning heel last week, attacking Jackson backstage, his former GOAT season stablemate. He then calls him out, and Jackson responds. They get a rivalry again. And the fans can't believe it. They can't believe what they're seeing. Jackson Smooth and Jerry hat-trick feuding. This is absolutely crazy. Jerry's on a tear to finish this season. He's trying to finish his redemption arc. But surely he can't overcome Jackson Smooth. We then have a tag team match. John the Fish Herman and Triton against Eddie Pop and Adrian Williams. I don't know why we're doing this, I'll be perfectly honest. But it's a 3.5-star match, so let's not have too many complaints. We then have Trixie Gambit returning with Jody Garcia and Danielle Wallace. And these are all really trying to stake a claim to be in the women's title picture at the end of the season. Because I've got an idea. I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I'm thinking it would be fun at the end of the season to have a women's and a men's fatal 4-way for the title at WrestleMania. Both the men's and the women's titles decided by fatal 4-way. I think that would be fun. It gets a lot of people chances to win. It gives the fans chance to hopefully have their favourite people in the main event or in the title picture and a chance to win the title at WrestleMania. So that would be pretty fun, I think. And all three of these are vying for a place. Let's be thinking about this sensibly. We've got Ali Brawler, who's the champion. We've got Cora Cut, who's rejoined the brand. Former champion, got sacked after getting injured. She's probably going to be in that title picture. She probably deserves a shot. There's Sammy George, who's looking good. Penelope Perfect, obviously very popular. Trixie Gambit, like all of these stars, really. There's probably 6 or 7 women that could potentially be in with a shot of a fatal 4-way title match at WrestleMania. And it's Danielle Wallace who actually wins that match between the three of them. Which is really tricky because it just gives us no clearer indication of who should actually be in a fatal 4-way. How was that one won? Let's watch that back. It was Danielle Wallace slamming Jody Garcia through the table with a suplex, or whatever that move was. That's some fine commentary knowledge for you there. Next match. Kyle Slickman makes his way to the ring. Broderick makes his way to the ring. And they're going to do battle. And Broderick attacks the ref. What are you doing, Broderick? But it is an Iron Man 15-minute match. It's all going to be about who gets the most pinfalls, submissions, countouts across a 15-minute period. So we'll skip ahead to 1 minute left. And Broderick gets a pin on Kyle. But I don't even know what the score is. We've turned the hood off. What's the score? We turned the hood off to get rid of their health bars. But now we don't know what the score is. Okay, we'll skip forward a bit more. And we'll see the final 15 seconds as we see Kyle absolutely ground and pounding Broderick there. Kyle just waits, bides his time. But it is Broderick who claims the victory in this Iron Man match. These two are going back and forth with their victories. They're going blow for blow, week in, week out. One of them wins. The other one wins. Who is going to have the last laugh at WrestleMania when these two undoubtedly do battle? Oh, it was actually a draw. Okay, Broderick wins with the draw. Why does it do that? Anyway, it was a 4-star amazing match, and they now have a level 4 rivalry. Kyle trying to overcome the demons of season 1 with Broderick. And they have a real rivalry now. We gained 52,500 fans this week, and SmackDown gained just 23,000. What are they doing? What are they doing? And we end week 22, 326,000 fans ahead of SmackDown. There's 3 weeks to go. This is very doable. We've had the fall of Jerry Hattrick. Now we have the fall of Kyle Slickman, says Skittles in chat. Jody Garcia says that she wants to appear in the upcoming PLE. That's a bit of a surprise, but maybe she's going to be in that fatal 4-way for the win. For the title. And Kyle Slickman wants a rematch with Broderick in the next 2 weeks, claiming he was cheated. Well, we can definitely give you that, Kyle, because the fans are going to be extremely excited to see Kyle v Broderick yet again. We've got some massive rivalries brewing here. We've got Kyle Slickman and Broderick. We've got Jerry Hattrick and Jackson Smooth. We've got Sammy George and Penelope Perfect. We've got the tag team rivalry of Money Hungry and Booze Cruise. There's a lot of rivalries heating up here, and it looks like some of them are going to be set to develop further this evening. We're starting off with Booze Cruise against Money Hungry. And these two have been pretty impressive tag teams, I would say. It took us... I need to spell it in the chat. Booze Cruise. B-O-O-S. Booze. The fans are booing them. Because they're heels, right? And they're cruisers. It's a clever name. Booze Cruise. Like, you know... Like you're drinking alcohol on a ship. It's a booze cruise, but also they're cruisers and the fans boo them. Anyway, I can't simulate because it's not live. This is a big one. These two, it's taken us a long time to find the tag teams that really click, but these two definitely click. Money Hungry and Booze Cruise. They're probably the best men's tag teams we've had at NXT in the 2 seasons. And I'm going to be pretty excited to see who walks away with victory, assuming they face each other at WrestleMania. We do see there that Booze Cruise once again get a victory, and it's a 5-star legendary opener. But we also have Stacked McSlacks trying to call out Jerry Hattrick, and they have a level 4... it's not Jerry Hattrick, Jerry Sweat, sorry. And that's a level 4 rivalry as well. So is Jerry Sweat going to be in the tag team picture, or is he going to be facing Stacked McSlacks? Or is Stacked McSlacks going to miss out at WrestleMania? That would be a funny ending to his season. And probably one that he deserves as well. Is this a fatal 4-way or a tag team match? I forgot again. Looks like a fatal four-way. You can see why I script these things now. Anyway, Jody Garcia walks away with another victory. What happened there? Well, as Penelope and Danielle were distracted, Jody Garcia pinned Sammy George, and she claims a fatal four-way victory, and her record is getting seriously impressive as we move towards the end of the season. Surely, Jody Garcia deserves a title shot, right? Surely, she's just been on fire. She doesn't have the popularity, but she showed up in the toughest of weeks. She was always looking for rivals, but couldn't find them. And now she just can't stop winning. She even won the tag team title for 1 week. Next up, we have Silence versus Adrian Williams versus Triton. And we're going to simulate this one, apparently. And it's Triton that wins. But does anyone really care? I don't think so. And in the main event, Jerry Hattrick against Jackson Smooth. The fans would never have thought this would happen. It's a steel cage match. Jerry against Jackson. Was there a title on the line there? Jerry is putting his title on the line against Jackson Smooth. That's madness, Jerry. That's absolute madness. It's going to be a race to escape the cage. Alex says, I care, Triton is my favourite. Sorry, Alex. I didn't think anyone liked Triton. Gray misses the tag team reign of Heath Manhattan and whoever it was. It was Broderick. Yeah, it was Broderick. Heath Manhattan hasn't been on NXT this season, but Heath Manhattan and Broderick defeated Kyle Slickman and Jerry Hattrick in Season 1 at WrestleMania. Who do we think is going to win in this one? Let me know in the chat. Jerry Hattrick or Jackson Smooth? It's our North American champion against our NXT World Champion. They're in a level 1 rivalry right now. They're in a steel cage to hopefully boost their rivalry further for WrestleMania. But let me know, who do you think is going to win this one? As Jackson narrowly kicks out there against Jerry Hattrick. Jerry's looking like a man possessed since he attacked Jackson Smooth backstage and turned heel again. Caden thinks Jerry's going to win. Alex thinks Jackson Smooth's going to win. Alex Einstein thinks Alex Demon will win. That's a crazy call, but who knows? He has been known to turn these into random triple threats from time to time. Oh, spoilers. I hope you didn't see that. Jackson Smooth does walk away with a victory. And I think that means he's claimed Jerry's belt. Does it not? Has Jackson just picked up a second belt? It does. Jerry Hattrick went for broke, risked it all, and lost his belt to Jackson Smooth, who now holds 2 of them. It's a 4.5-star classic. What a result. An amazing booking. We gained 62,800 fans. We need SmackDown to have another nightmare week. They keep having them, which is perfect. But We need them to have some really bad ones right now. And they gained just 33,400. And that means that we extend our lead to 355,000 fans with 2 weeks to go. One more week before WrestleMania. With Ali Brawler's contract to renew. If you want just 11k, how things have changed. How utterly delightful that people just want 11,000 as opposed to 370,000 or whatever Stack McSlacks wanted earlier this year. Xavier Woods has just claimed that he's expecting to be at the top of the podium at the end of the season. Let's just pull up the results again. There they are. Xavier Woods, you are nearly 900,000 fans behind with 2 weeks left. And you have 1 trophy and I have 6. And you have $272,000 and I have 626,000. And I have Jackson Smooth. Let's be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. But I appreciate the audacity of even messaging me, to be honest. Either way, we build our card for the week before WrestleMania. And we have some big matches. Starting with a submission match between Stacked McSlacks and Jerry Sweat. Jerry Sweat is in 2 rivalries. He has his tag team rivalry that's really built up. He has this rivalry with Stacked McSlacks that's built up. And we can utilise the submission match to get rid of this rivalry and maximise the amount of fans that we can get from it as well. Hopefully, Stacked McSlacks is finally made to pay for all the talk that he's been spewing. He's been talking a lot of crap. And he deserves to get beaten. Xavier Woods didn't steal anyone from us, no, fortunately. I just hope Jerry Sweat can get the victory over Stacked McSlacks here. It would be a beautiful end. It'd be such a good end to the season if we just, I don't know, don't include Stacked at WrestleMania. We just use him and abuse him. We take the fans that we can get from him. We see Jerry Sweat go over in a zero to hero story. And we see Stacked McSlacks just made to pay for all the crap he put us through. That would be delightful, I think. So, I'm rooting for Jerry here. But things aren't looking good. And Stacked could possibly make Jerry submit here, I would think. He's probably taken too long now. And Jerry takes control. Go on, Jerry Sweat. Go on, son. Oh, Stacked's too wise for these tricks. And look at him taunting. The fans are booing relentlessly. And he just looks too good right now. He looks far too good. Oh my word, he's thrown a 360 no-scope in there. No one would have seen that coming except for the fellow nerds. Is Jerry going to tap out? It's looking likely. No, Jerry, don't do it. No. Stacked McSlacks claims victory again. And Jerry Sweat is defeated by the man that everyone hates. The greediest man in wrestling entertainment does it again and breaks the hearts of fans around the globe. And it's a 4-star amazing match to complete the rivalry. Next up, a requested match. I think Silence or Kyle requested it. I can't remember who, but Silence and Kyle Slickman team up in a tag team against Broderick and Jackson Smooth. A Jerry hat-trick runs in to attack Jackson Smooth, but Broderick and Jackson still pick up the victory. Jackson showing that he doesn't care if Jackson's going to attack him. If Jerry's going to attack him, sorry. Or maybe Broderick was just able to pull the team over the line. And Silence, that's looking like his season done and dusted. He just couldn't get it going when it mattered the most. He got a push, but just like in the Jobbers World Cup, he wasn't able to turn his chances into something substantial. Next up, we have 2 stars that are looking to make it into that fatal 4-way for the women's title at WrestleMania. Jody Garcia and Danielle Wallace. I really don't know who is going to get the victory for this one. Alex says they won by DQ. I don't think it works like that. I think it still can give the other team the victory. It just doesn't hand the title over if there's a disqualification in there, I believe. I could be wrong. Anyway, I really don't know if either of these are going to appear in next week's WrestleMania Fatal 4-Way for the women's title. This match might help me decide. I can't remember what I did. I genuinely can't remember what I did. And it's actually Danielle Wallace who claims the victory, which is really tricky. Again, she's won a couple of matches recently. She was great in Season 1, but Jody Garcia has probably been the underrated star of Season 2. I personally think she deserves a chance, but then so many other female wrestlers deserve a chance at that title as well. Cora Cut, Trixie Gambit, Penelope Perfect, Ali Brawler, Sammy George, obviously. There's many in there that deserve a shot. Next up, we have Cora Cut and Ali Brawler for the women's title. The week before WrestleMania, and Ali is willing to put that title on the line against a woman that should be feared. Cora Cut, a multiple-time champion. An absolute beast. She's barely lost. And Ali's willing to put that title on the line this week? That seems crazy. Seems stupid to me. And it's actually Cora Cut who wins, stealing the title away from Hell to Pay, or Hell to Pay's Ali Brawler, in a 5-star legendary match that grows their rivalry to level 4 right before WrestleMania. The Brawler Buddies are in shambles as Cora Cut gets the victory. What was Ali thinking, agreeing to that? But our lead is extended once again. 387,000 fans, roughly. We need a massive, massive WrestleMania week. We need to beat SmackDown by 113,000 fans. That's a pretty big ask, but it's definitely possible. Jackson Smooth says that loser Jerry Hattrick attacked me in that last fight and he wants to settle it in the ring within the next 3 weeks. Of course, I agree to that one. And Kyle Slickman, what's he going to ask? Well, Kyle is demanding that he wins his next match. We can't be promising anything. We upgrade all of our logistics. We max out our money into power cards. We do everything we can. And we move. Oh no, we saw who won. Ignore that. Ignore that. And we have our women's title match. Then I'm probably going to skip forward quite a bit because we already saw who won. But these are the stars I decided had earned their shot the most. Penelope Perfect, Sammy George, Ali Brawler, who lost the belt last week, and Cora Cut. And it's a Money in the Bank match. Whoever claims the briefcase will win the women's title. I wonder who it could be. I have no idea because I've got short-term memory loss and I can't remember seeing it on my screen just a few seconds ago. Who could possibly win? Could it be Sammy George, the rising star in the women's division? Could it be Cora Cut, who came back to NXT multiple times and claimed the title multiple times? Could it be Penelope Perfect, who, let's be honest, hasn't been great this season? Or could it be Ali Brawler, who we've already seen in the spoilers, actually wins this match? Wait, was that another spoiler? Oh, I don't know. Let's skip ahead. Oh, I didn't even get the match type right. I'm so bad at this. Ali Brawler is the champion. WrestleMania. Ali Brawler claims victory and finishes Season 2 as the women's champion. And it's a 5-star legendary match. Just what we needed to get this challenge off to the perfect final start. Next match, we have the men's tag team belts on the line. Booze Cruise, the current holders of the belts, taking on Money Hungry. And it's another steel cage match. Or is it Hell in a Cell? It's a steel cage. Come on, Luke. We've already seen these two battle in one steel cage match, and it was Money Hungry that came out on top. Are the faces going to be able to beat the heels of Booze Cruise? And will the fans go happy with the result? Last time we saw these two battle in a steel cage match, we saw Jerry Sweat make an early escape from the steel cage to leave Cash Suplex 1v2 in the ring and struggled, but he eventually came out with the victory. This time, it's Cash Suplex who makes an early escape, but so did Dante. And it leaves Jerry Sweat and Eddie Pop in the ring. The next person to escape will win the tag team belts for their side at WrestleMania. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Money Hungry? Is it going to be Booze Cruise? I genuinely can't remember who wins this, by the way. That's not a lie. We can see Jerry Sweat doing a lot of damage to Eddie Pop, and he tries to escape. And Eddie's looking pretty helpless right now. He's in a lot of pain. And Jerry Sweat makes his way up, but Eddie Pop gets to his feet. Is he going to be there in time? Or is Jerry Sweat going to make it over? This is tense. Eddie Pop gets there just in time. And he hauls Jerry Sweat off the cage. And he starts to try and make his own escape. But Jerry Sweat's not going to allow that. And Jerry starts to try and make another escape attempt. Is this going to be deja vu, or is he going to get it this time? Eddie's down on the ground. Once again, he's trying to get back to his feet. Surely he's going to be too slow this time. He's going to be too slow. Does Jerry get it? Jerry gets it! And Money Hungry claim the titles. And they finish season 2 as the tag team champions. So we've seen Hell to Pay finish in the women's division as our tag team champs. We've seen Ali Brawler finish as the 2-belt champion in the women's division. And now we've seen the faces finally getting one for the good guys. Cash Suplex and Jerry Sweat finishing the year as champions. What's this match going to be? John the Fish Herman gets a spot at WrestleMania, and so does Stacked McSlacks. The fans needed to see this. The 2 stars that they can't stand seeing. The defectors, the traitors, the mercenaries doing battle, and all the fans hope to see is 2 stars in a world of pain. And much like we saw a draw earlier, the fans are actually hoping to see 2 stars lose in this match. If they could pick anyone, they would definitely be picking John the Fish Herman for victory. The face, the guy that wasn't quite as greedy as the unbelievably greedy Stacked McSlacks. I don't even know what match type this is, I'll be honest. It's a Falls Count Anywhere match. Probably boosted with a power card, I imagine. And we're seeing Stacked taunt. If Stacked wins this match, he's probably going to be going down as one of the most successful stars in the brand's history. Which would be crazy to think about. I'm hoping John the Fish Herman can bring home the W here. But Stacked's he's just so good. He's just so good. Every time we skip forward, it's Stacked on his feet taunting and John the Fish Herman on the floor. John needs to get back to his feet or this is going to be over. And it is. Stacked McSlacks claims a victory at WrestleMania. And I hate to say it, but what a season he's had. What a journey he's been on. And as much as I hate to see him, gotta respect it. You've got to respect it. It's a 4.5-star match, and that is going to help us on our challenge. So even if we don't like Stacked and we don't want to see him winning, at least he's giving us some big results. And that's it. We're down to our main event. And it's a fatal 4-way between the 4 biggest male stars in NXT history. Jackson Smooth, Jerry Hattrick, Kyle Slickman, and Broderick inside Hell in a Cell. Jackson putting his world title on the line. Honestly, I think he deserves to win this title. From season 1, where he got injured and never appeared again. Doctors saying that he'd be ruled out for several lifetimes. And the afterlife as well. With injury. Jerry Hattrick, the fallen star. The guy that nearly had it all in season 1. Who's been on a redemption arc in recent weeks. He went down as low as you can go and has started to charge, beating silence in his rivalry, taking the belt and charging towards a potential world title here. And let's not forget that his legacy was dampened by that man in the ring with him, Broderick. This is 4 stars that all deserve glory in one way or another. And I don't think there's any shock result here. But I think the fans would certainly love to see Jackson Smooth coming away with the victory. I'm going to leave this playing through and just take a quick break. I'm back. What did I miss? Oh, we've got Alex doing commentary in chat. Perfect. So we need a big performance here. We need to beat SmackDown by 113,000 fans in the ratings. And I think we want Jackson Smooth to come away with the victory here as well. Here's the thing with the fans, right? I started this season focusing on storylines mainly. I didn't play all of Jobbers Only. Like the challenges that we normally do, I'll focus almost entirely on winning the challenge. But with Jobbers Only, especially Season 2, it was fun to work some more storylines in. So we had Kyle against Jerry in the earlier weeks. 2 fighters going off against each other. It just wasn't ideal. And we've still managed to pull it close despite focusing on storylines. So I think, as Broderick goes for the pin on Jerry there but doesn't get it, I think if we'd have focused just on winning the challenge, the 500,000 fans the entire time, I'm pretty confident we would have probably already done it or already be able to tell that we'd be able to do it. But with the current gap, we need 113,000 fans more than SmackDown. It's definitely tricky. It's doable, but it's very hard. Are we going to show chat in the video? No, this is just going to be the video. The live stream will be the video. We'll just cut some stuff out of it. God, I'm absolutely starving. I can't believe we've been live for 3.5 hours. And thanks to all of you that have watched throughout. Really appreciate it. Thanks again to all the channel members. Thanks for the super chat. It's been super cool. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I just did not expect people to actually watch and to hang out for so long. It's been really fun, honestly. But I need to get some food. That's for sure. First things first. Let's win this challenge. And Broderick goes for the pin. But you don't pin Jackson Smooth that easily. If Broderick pins Jerry, that would be amazing. Says a chat name that I'm not going to read out. You should stream more. No, I might try and stream an actual challenge at some point rather than just a pre-recorded playthrough, but yeah, we'll see. We do prefer just doing the general edited videos just because I think we're better at them than other channels, just to put it blunt. And I'm definitely not as good at streaming as other people are. Stick to your strengths, as they say. Much like Kyle Slickman's trying to do here as he goes for the sledgehammer. Oh, and he delivers a crushing blow to the groin of Jerry Hattrick. What do I think about both the footballs? What do you mean, like American football and English football? Real football? Thank you, Luke. Chants, please. Oh my word. The fans are chanting in chat. It's crazy. That's funny. Big bro Broderick has a chance. They all have a chance. Thank you, Ferg. Yeah, I'll definitely like. I think streams are a good idea for some of the challenges where we could like redo certain ones or do like just small twists on ones that perhaps aren't worth doing a full edited video just because a stream we can do in. Well, how long has this been going? This has been going for 3.5 hours, so an actual like streamed challenge would probably take, I guess, between 3 to 6 hours. Is Jerry Hattrick going to get the pin on Broderick? Oh my god! Whilst I'm talking! Jackson Smooth and Kyle are distracted. And Jerry Hattrick pins Broderick. Where did that come from? And Jerry Hattrick, on the redemption arc of all redemption arcs, claims the world title in a 5-star legendary main event. The redemption. Jerry Hattrick. Jackson Smooth fans are in tears. Devastated. There's a tear running down my cheek right now. But Jerry Hattrick claims victory. But is it going to be enough? What do we need to beat SmackDown by? We need to beat SmackDown by 113,000 fans. Their show looked absolutely terrible. Let's wait for the results to come in. To win our goal of a 500,000 fan victory, the difference needs to be 113,000. We beat SmackDown in 4 out of the 5 matches, and the main event was a perfect 5-star in each. And we gained 297,000 fans. That means that we need SmackDown to gain 184,000 or less. If SmackDown gain 184,000 fans or less, then we complete the challenge. And if they gain more than that, then we lose. I don't know how long I stay on this screen for, but I don't want to skip ahead. Just in case I'll skip too far and spoil more stuff. Do I risk it? I risk it. Oh, I went too far. Okay. Oh. Oh, I didn't see it. Maybe you didn't see it as well. SmackDown. What was their results? 236,000 fans. They managed to pull it out the bag at WrestleMania. And we fail in our goal to win by 500,000. The jobbers took us so far, but they couldn't take us the entire way. I guess as general manager, it was me that was the jobber the whole time.